Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
My
you
name
kinda
is
turned on the
Akira
music.
Shida, producer and director of Final Fantasy
Yeah, they got the music
14.
playing.
皆さんおはようございます。Final Fantasy 14 プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。よろしくお願いします。
Oh, there we go.
はい、そして今日はゲストにあゆみさんがいらっしゃいます。あゆみさんお願いします。
Hi. Hello, my name is Aimi. I'll be helping with translation support for today's broadcast. 今回の通訳サポートを務めさせていただきます。徳竹あゆみです。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
And lastly, my name is Toshio Morochi, also known
Dude, Yoshi P with
the
rings, man.
He always wears that many bloody rings.
It's awesome.
どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
はい、
はい、
よろしくお願いします。
ということで、まず最初に
いや、まあ、ちょっと押したのはさ、まあ、僕ギリギリまでタバコ行ってたっていうのも悪いんだけど。
Thank you for the gifted sub, Unknown. That's very nice of you, man.
オープニング
Thank
画
you,
面を
thank
ね
you.、
いかにうまく見せるかっていう。
There we go. We're at 16 now.
ギリギリまで測った。
I have to gift the sub too, actually, to you guys, because I died
So
in
we
PvE last
started
time.
just a little bit late to
That'll be
this time.
17.
Of course,
Hey,
if
man,
you
I
had to
appreciate
step
it,
out
I really
to
do.
Smoke a cigarette, but that's beside the point. We were trying to show off that opening sequence there on that screen, and we wanted it to
Yeah, that's
it
pretty cool,
just
Endwalker.
right, and we were struggling until the very last minute there, so apologies.
Yeah, there was a hot debate here. ケンケンガクガクやっておりました。無事できてよかった。Yeah, good to show.
Yoshi's the man, dude.
かっこよかったです。
ありがとうござい
Very
ます。
cool.
結構調整実は大変で、まあ巨大な
Yoshi, you the man down there.
ものをこう動か
Oh,
す
did
んだ
you
けど。
did you see Esmingol's latest video about how Blizzard's just randomly
やっぱ
covering up sexualized stuff in their game instead of dealing with their actual like
Yes,
lawsuits?
I've seen it all over.
うまい速度に合わ
It's
せる
so
のが結
fucking
構
stupid.
難航してサウンドに渡すのも
No wonder why that
渡すのも
company's
結構
dying.
遅くなったんでご迷惑をおかけしました。
Thank you so much. It was quite a struggle, a big undertaking to make the different adjustments when we're trying to move large objects on screen. Of course, with the fluctuating frame rate,
Yeah, I
it is
want
a
one of
very
those, like, little, like,
challenging
wall
element
photos
to
behind
kind
them.
of render. And depending on
I would take
the
it.
quality of the rendering, it's quite difficult to get the timing just right. So we did struggle on that. I'm afraid it did delay us in handing over the animation over to the sound.
It was cool though.
で、今日はなんですけど、今日の PLL はちょっと特殊な回なので、まず最初に今日がなんでどういう段取りなのかをちょっと説明させていただきます。
はい。
So this letter live is kind of special one. So let me explain what is the setup for today. まず、今日は通訳、あゆみさんに通訳に入っていただいて、日本語と英語のバイリンガル放送で、行います。So first and foremost, this letter live is the bilingual in both Japanese and English. So we have Ayumi-san here, and she can help translating Yoshida-san's speech. And then during the letter live, how it works is Yoshida-san basically speaks in Japanese, and then Ayumi-san translate his comments into English. Soまず吉田さんが原則日本語で、もろもろ説明していきます。で、それを、あゆみさんが、随時訳していってくれるというスタイルで。
What's Yoshi P's shirt
で、
off?
私ですけれども、毎回これも言うんですけど、私は自分で訳していくんですが、今日南部化構成なんですけど、最後の最後のお知らせコーナーが来るまで、私からは大して重要なことは申しません。ので、あれ今モルボールなんか通訳し忘れてるじゃんとかあっても気にしないで特にあはって言ってるだけだなって思っておいていただければいいかなと思いますので、そういうご理解でよろしくお願いいたします。So and then I will translate by myself. But if you notice, if I mistranslating something, but just leave it because nothing important information is coming from my mouth anyway. So until the end at the announcement section.
There's a lot of people in chat.
I am just
even though he's been on
saying,
like a few of these already.
All my job is. So
But I think this is the biggest Final Fantasy's ever been, so I get it.
Little Lab has
a lot of people watching.
3 major sections. The first part is all about the new job.
I think Yoshi P is reading chat.
Changes, adjustments, followed by the battle-related updates. And then we are going to have some other updates. So there are three major sections for today. 今日は
Three
大きく
major.
3部構成になっておりまして、最初は皆さんお待ちかねジョブ関連、全部お待ちかねなんですけど、最初はジョブ関連
I know
情
they're
勢
gonna be
のお
switching
話をします。
Scholar.
Yeah,
続い
Scholar
て
is
バトル
gonna
関連、
switch.
今日主に PVE ですけれども、
はい
バトル関連の
Well,
情
healing
勢のお
classes,
話、
pretty much.
そしてさらにその他のいくつかお知らせがありますので、そういう話をやっていって、賞味
And Summer's gonna, yeah, Summer's gonna rework too.
わかんないな、わかんないな。
Summoner's
まあ
fun, but like
あ
they
の
they
今日
don't
私
really
こちら
like
に
pet mechanics at all.
ニコニコと、
Yeah.
It's one, it's really hard to like
YouTube とコメントが
balance
全
that
部あるん
shit.
で、
はい
大概こっちに行ってる場合コメント
They
見て
got a few though on here.
So just to let you know, Yoshida-san has the monitors for Nico Nico, Twitch, and YouTube broadcasts, and he's following along with some of the comments. So don't mind him if he kind of drifts off to the side.
Yeah, I
of
was
the
gonna
screen,
say, I was
just
like,
checking
is
the
Yoshi P
comments.
reading the
そうで
comments?
す。で、私のはちなみにこっち側なので、私はこっち見てると思います。Yeah, my screens are placed here, so I will looking at here this direction to check your comments. はい、皆さんのコメント、私の方は画面こっちにありますので、私がこっちを見てるときは、なるほど、なんかコメント読んでんだなと思っていただければと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。
結構ね、見てるか吉田とかね、寝てるかとかね、書かれてるんですけどね。あと眠そうって結構ありますね。
We were seeing comments like, "Oh, Yoshida's actually looking at our comments. Oh, he looks kind of sleepy, and is he asleep, etc., etc."
寝てたらね、発売できないんだ。
There's no time for sleep. We won't be able to release the game if we're taking time to sleep.
だって14のほら巨大さはさ、皆さんもよく知ってるじゃないですか。たくさん遊んでいただいてるんで、あれを全部見るんですよ。もう何から何まで、サブクエストの端からね、ありとあらゆるものを見てってるんで、寝てられないんですよ。
I mean, you understand how large FF14 is. You all play the game, and we have to check every single aspect of it, from not just the main parts of it, but even the nooks and crannies of the subquests as well. So there's no time for sleep.
なので、今日は今モルゴルが言ってくれたように、今日と次回の PLL で 6.0 と
Well, I heard endwalker, like the story-wise, is gonna be really
主
long.
に PVE、それからバトル関係のシステム周りだったりとか、
The base
ア
version
ップデートの、詳細というより、ジョブに関してはコンセプトをお伝えしていく回になってます。で、例えば PVP の新しいコンテンツとか、
PVP
矢桜とかっていうのは次回の PLL で特集するので、
I don't think we're gonna get
そこはぜひ
PVP though.
ご承知おきください。
Well, I'm at least glad they brought a
Of course,
translator because the last time they did the like
Foxconn
14
just
like
mentioned,
hour
we will
stream
be
they
covering the
had.
different elements.
There's no
With this
translator.
PLL, and we will have another follow-up immediately before the release of Endwalker, but we will be covering the different elements of the new expansion. So for this PLL, it's going to be primarily about the PvE items, the battle system updates, and the job changes.
Oh,
We
job
won't
changes.
delve too far into detail for each individual jobs, but we would like to go over the different concept that went into the different updates that we'll be making. Unfortunately,
Gotta go work
PvP
tomorrow. All right, man.
and,
Thanks for
the
stopping by. I know.
cycles of
Thank you for the
land
sub, dude.
And information will be next PLL, so I'm afraid we will not be covering it during today's broadcast. So apologies in advance.
Is that the PvP
あ
she said?
と特筆すべきなのは、やっぱりジョブのその例えば 6.0 の、例えばナイトがもうここがこうなってここがこうなりこのアクションがこうでこれの強さはこうですみたいなのは、当然ちょっと言ってたら終わんないっていうのもあるし明日からいよいよメディアツアーがスタートします、でメディアの皆さんには一足早くですね、特定のエリアと、全部ジョブレベル90でプレイをしていただいてですね、メディアの皆さんとかインフルエンサーの皆さんが、全世界一斉に情報解禁して、インプレッション上がると思うので、ぜひそちらをですね、詳細はね見ていただければなと思っております。はい。
And of course, we also wanted to make note that with the different job updates, I'm afraid we won't go into detail. So we won't be like, oh, Paladin's going to do this and the action's going to be like that and potencies is this and this and that. Well, one thing, if we said everything, you would
Screening
take
is
forever
really good
for
about
the
giving very
broadcast.
brief
But
information
we will
about
be
what's
doing
going
a
on in
media
expansion.
tour where we invite members of the media
Without
as
spoiling
well as
anything.
Influencers to get a glimpse of the new content, some of the new areas, and all of the jobs available at the upcoming level cap of level 90. So they will be creating information and content to share with you, and they will go live after an embargo lifts. So I hope that people will tune into that information.
まあ結構ね今回メディアツアーで楽しみなのは海外のインフルエンサーの方も結構お呼びしてるので、まあどっちかっていうとなんか久しぶりに MMO 談義ができそうでちょっと楽しみだなみたいな。
No, someone in chat said delete
まあその
bar.
辺をね
Bar's
記
fun
録しな
next.
がら頑張っていこうかなと思います。
And the one thing that I'm really excited about is that we do have a lot of Western influencers joining us this time for this media tour. And so I am so excited to talk MMO shop with them in my interviews. So that's going to be kind of like what I'm going to be looking forward to throughout this media event.
Nice.
はい、でこのメディアツアーの、記事と
Now we're only like 2 months away.
全世界一斉に10月中旬頃に公開される予定になっておりますので、そちらはぜひお待ちいただければと思いま
What
す。
part are you on?
So the review and the articles
Huh?
from this media tours will be available
Oh,
globally
for
at
some reason,
the
I think
timing
I'm
of the
behind.
middle October. So please look forward to it.
じゃあ早速始めていこうとは思うんですけど、
Well, technically, they only got
2
like
点
a
だけ
month
すみま
'cause,
せん。あと2つ
We
only have like
させてください
2
ま
more
ず
weeks
1つ目、
of
今日お伝
September.
えしていく情報はやっぱりエンドウォーカー行月のフィナーレまだ開発中です。最後の最後本当にギリギリまでバランス調整やってるので、今日お伝えした内容が変わる可能性があるっていうのは、まずご理解ください。
So before we jump into the main part of the show, we would like to bring up two additional points. First of which is, of course, we'll be talking about Endwalker today, but we are still making final adjustments. It is still in development, and so please understand that some of these elements are subject to change.
そしてですね、もう一つ大事なことなんですけど、確かに私疲れております。疲れているのは事実なんですが、怒ってるのとか、そういうのはないです。顔がね、
Are you ready
そう
for
いう
the hype
顔なん
train?
です。
Yeah.
怒ってたりとかは決してしてないので、真面目に話すとなぜかね怒ってるって言われるんでね、そこはご理解をいただきたいのと、まあちょっとやっぱ疲れは確かに疲れてるんで言い間違いとかちょっとどもったりとかする可能性があるんですけど、今日はちょっとすいません、ご容赦いただけると助かります。はい。
And one important thing, I am tired. That is a fact. I'm sorry. And people have asked, Yoshida, are you angry? And I am not. I'm just, this is the way I look. This is my face. So whenever I'm talking about something serious, I apparently give off the impression that I'm angry, but please understand I am not. I am tired, so I might, my speech might not catch up with me quite. I might stutter at times, but please understand.
いつもじゃんって書かれてる YouTube。
Yeah, that's good disclaimer.
YouTube comments saying, but you're always like
いつも疲れてる。
Yoshi, why are you angry? I'm not angry. It's just
はい
just
さ
how I
あじ
look.
ゃあ始めていきましょうか。まあ一応後ろ制限はないんでね、
That's pretty good.
ゆっくりやるところはゆっくりやっていけたらなと思ってます。
Working their butts off, man.
ほい
Okay, I think
They're working
we
their
are
butts
ready
off.
to jump into
I
the
know.
content here. I
Uh-oh.
believe there is
Here we go.
a strict sort of end time that we have to adhere to. So we're just gonna go into it, take our time, and explain as needed.
Job adjustments.
さて、
Alrighty, let's see what's going on first.
まずまあもちろん大事なのはジョブ関連調整だと思いますので、ここから行こうと思いますが、
はい。
まず、各ジョブとかロールとか行く前にそう全ジョブに対する基本方針をざっと説明しちゃおうかなと思っております。
So of course, we are going to be discussing about the different job updates and adjustments. But before we jump into talking about jobs or even roles, actually, I do want to cover something that encompasses all of the different jobs in general.
まず最初、ベースの方針なんですけど、こちらはシャドーブリンガーズ 5.0 の、方針をそのまま引き継いでおります。
So just as a baseline, we are sort of building upon what we have adjusted in Shadowbringers 5.0.
まあもちろんその新たなアクションとかはあるんですけど、
はい
まあその新システムとかをね、
うん
各ジョブにこうゴテゴテつけたりして、もうそのさらにシステムを各ジョブ複雑化させるようなことはしてません。
And of course, with the new level cap, we do add some more actions, but
Yeah, as I said, I got
we haven't
notice.
incorporated any sort of brand new system tacked on there or made anything too complicated.
まあもちろんベーシックのコンセプトはまあ5-0を引き継いでってるんですけど、まあ、新しいアクションっていうのも当然たくさんありますし、変わってるところっていうのも各ジョブね、それぞれ大小ではありますけど結構あるので、まあ、その辺の方針は期待していこうかなと思ってます。
And of course, with the basic thought being building upon Shadowbringers 5.0, of course, there are new elements that are added leading up to Endwalker, and different elements that we have changed, may it be small or big. So we would like to go over some of the concepts or the directions that we've taken.
Leave me alone, Fly. I'm trying to eat my chips and enjoy the live letter.
でこうなん一部ねちょっと複雑にしてほしいなと、3.x シリーズみたいなのっておっしゃる方もね最近ちらほら見るんですけど、いややらないですよ。以前やって大変なことになったんでジョブの扱いは難しいわ、コンテンツは難しいわになってしまって、やっぱりちょっとやりづらいと思うんで、今が一番安定してるかなと思うので、この方針を、継続していく予定です。
And of course, there are a small group of you that desire for that complexity of what we've done in the 3.x series. But I'm afraid we won't go in that direction. It's quite a struggle because not only does the job actions become complicated, the content themselves make it kind of compoundedly worse. So I think we are at a good sort of stable place post Shadowbringers. So I think we would like to continue in that direction.
まあもちろんね、個人個人ね、3-0時代が良かった、4-0時代が良かった、いやいや今がいいんだっていうご意見あると思うんですけど、まあ全体をずっと長くね、自分化して、やっぱ5-0の方針が一番多くの人にフィットするだろうというすいません判断をさせていただいております。
And of course, I'm sure different players have different tastes. Some people might say, oh, I love the 3.0 series, 4.0 series, or etc. But I think looking at it from a general sort of perspective and from Yoshida's point of view, looking at 14 throughout these years, we do feel that 5.0 seems to fit as many people as possible. So apologies, but this is kind of the direction we're taking.
さあそしてもう一個全ジョブに共通して主に攻撃に関わるところなんですけど、主要な攻撃に関わるような、シナジーとかも含めたアビリティのリキャストっていうのをおおむね60秒120秒の間隔に、各ジョブ寄せてます。
And another thing that encompasses all of the jobs is regarding their attacks and some of the like primary abilities and their recast timing. I think we've kind of equalized it to kind of lean towards that 60 second or 120 seconds.
まあこのあたりはですね、高難易度コンテンツをやるときにこうバースト薬を飲み、こう各ジョブアビリティ全開放してこうバーストするぞみたいな時に、まあ、バーストがこう一定周期で合いやすいように合わせやすいようにもちろんそれだったりしてるんですけど、まあ要はあと各ジョブこう別のジョブをやった時にも、サイクルってテンポ感は揃ってくるかなと思うので、まあ、その辺を踏まえてこうしてあります。
And this kind of takes into play when you go into the high difficulty dungeons and raids, where you have that sort of burst timing that you can match with taking your different medicines and then doing your different cooldown abilities. And you have that sort of relatively similar cycle depending regardless of what job you would do. So even if you kind of go into your alt job, you'd still have that kind of similar tempo or that cycle that you can keep up with.
ただしですね、最大の注意点でございます。こちら。
Of course, there is a caveat to that.
当然ですね、全て押せ切るわけにもいかないので、全部が全部60と120になってるわけではございません。ここは忘れずにぜひご注意ください。そりゃそうだ。
But that being said, of course, we were not able to align everything that's exactly 60 seconds or 120 seconds. So please understand that not all of the abilities might match up perfectly or exactly.
おい、車も60秒になってねえじゃねえかよっていうね、ことがあったりするわけですよ。黒門もね、 残念ながら90秒リキャストまあまあなんですよね。
It's like the ley lines. Oh no, it's not 60 seconds. No, that one still remains to be 90 seconds. Apologies.
悲しみですよ。
Ley lines.
So
So it's a black mage.
捨て
It's
置かれ
really
てた。
sad.
So black
They-
mages are
they've
still gonna be.
neglected me. I'm
screwed.
not aligned to your
It's
timings.
Yoshi P's
プロ
job.
デューサーのメインジョブ。
Yeah, that's the one where you
Yeah.
throw on the little like thing and
Should've
allows you to
cast
cast faster as black
faster.
mages.
なんか寄せていく対象に入ってなかったっていう。
I got my black mage up to
It's kind of
52. I know
unfortunate.
that
The
one.
producer,
I know
the
that
main
one.
job of the producer of the game, missed out on having his timings of his ability. His main, one of the main abilities, kind of aligned to that kind of cycle.
公平に取り扱われてる。
フェアです。
Luckily, I don't play black mage. I don't even have mine to black mage yet.
Nice.
みんなが
I like
パ
black
ンも
man.
やってる間にその30秒
I'm
後
slowly
に
working on
次
it,
の
but it's just one of the
私開いた
classes
り
I'm
して
not too
あ
invested
あい
in.
つ一人で何やってんだみたいな空気が調整中にも
なるほど。
ございました。
So like everybody else is doing their abilities and their nice cycled timing, and then 30 seconds later I come in with my ley lines, and everybody's kind of looking at me weird, like what is he doing off timing?
ではですねこの全ジョブに共通するまあベースは 5.0 をそのまま準拠してますよ。でいろんな主力の攻撃に関わるようなアクションアビリティのリキャストが60、120にこう、寄ってますよっていうことによって結構変わるものってあるんですよ。
はい
まあそれを頭の中にまず入れた状態で、見ていただきたいものがあるので皆さん頭の中に入ってます？大丈夫ですか？
So again, our base concept is kind of building upon that 5.0 Shadowbringers, and then a lot of the primary abilities have been aligned to kind of fall in place between 60 or 120 second cast timing. So with that in mind, there will be abilities that kind of change in accordance to those updates. So if you could keep that in mind, and there's something that I want to watch, I want you to watch as you think about that.
So are you ready? 皆さん大丈夫ですか？
では約20分ありますので、
はい。
私もコメントはしません。
Everyone else's like skills get down to like 60 or 120 seconds, and there's just black mage. What about ley lines? No, that just stays at 90.
Right. So we will be looking at a 20-minute footage.
20-minute
None of us
footage.
here will be making any comments. So if you could take your time to watch
20 minutes.
the footage, and then he has more to say.
さあそれでは、6.0 エンド
What are we
ローカー
watching
の
here?
ジョブアクショントレーラーとなっております。
Where should my webcam be?
This is the 6.0 job action trailer.
Oh, it's the job action trailer.
どうぞ。
Whee! Let's see it. It's the job action trailer. Where's the Reaper?
Yo, I wonder what they're doing to dance.
Paladin boy. What in the world?
Oh, that's their LB3.
LB. Dragoon.
Dragoon.
What do they get?
Ooh.
Oh. Is that eye thing a new thing yet, or no? I haven't played Dragoon yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
Oh, okay. We gotta build it up.
I think that's a new. I don't know. I've only have mine at like level 11.
Okay.
I've never played Lancer.
Here, oh, the eye is opening up. Whoa, that was cool. That was really cool. Warrior!
Is that just Dragon Song that did?
Threw a spearman with dragons. Bell cleave.
Dude, is this man getting shoulder checks now?
Okay. What's that? I've only got like a level 15 warrior.
I have level 23.
Berserk mode? Eyes are all in there.
Spell cleave again, again.
Oh, that's spell cleave. That's spell cleave.
Ooh. Sukuma Slam. Red Mage.
Red Mage.
Oh, what do we get for Red Mage? Because I'm going to be working after that once I get done with MSQ. Okay, that's... Ooh.
Thing is, I don't know what's new.
That's new.
A samurai. I probably know samurai because it's my furthest character.
Okay, that's definitely new. The barrier thing that they did. That's just a normal sword combo.
Yeah.
That's not new anyways. That's new.
Lots.
Okay, that's definitely new. Oh,
Scholar.
Let's go, B.
What are they getting?
Okay, it's a shield.
Scholars are going to shield, right?
It seemed like a new dark edge boy.
Dark Knight. What in the world?
That's their AoE thing they can put on the ground. So far, everything looks normal.
I think it's
That's
the
so
hand
weird.
that they show the new ones.
Okay, that was new. The weird, like...
It's a soul, right?
That's to summon your clone.
Yeah.
It pretty much just does whatever input you did.
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Oh, look at it.
Finish there.
Ooh, Dancer, what do we get here?
Are they dancing? Buff me up and buff me up. That's new, right? That new?
That's new. The dash is not new.
No, but all those
I don't know what that's doing, but
New dance?
that is a new dance.
Yeah, yeah. Sheenus!
Oh,
This is gonna be what I'm gonna be, probably. Gotta level it up though. Poison! Fire. What in the world?
Oh, you get the shotgun finally? Or... No, I don't know.
What?
That's new. That's nothing new.
This has gotta be new, right? Oh, that's the column.
No, that's just the queen.
Queen.
That seemed new.
Gunbreaker. We're gonna save the Sage and Reaper. Glass.
Just music though.
Reminds me of Persona.
Yeah, it actually does. Ooh, that was new. interesting. That is definitely new. The shield that you just put on an ally. Oh, that's not good. Ooh, double stroke. Oh, I just realized they get 3 cartridges now instead of 2.
Ah. I haven't played Gunbreaker yet. Bard!
Bard.
You got Bow Boy.
Yeah. That's just poison. That's Wind Bite. They did Wanderer's Revenge. Can you... That's not new. That's not new either. Okay, now that your army's Peon. That's just Rain of Death. That's just Bloodletter. That's new. Thing. I don't know, my bard's only like 50 something.
Yeah, we're noobs. Astrologian, my healing class. Is that UI different for the cards?
Yeah, you eventually get it where you can, once you use 3 of them during combat, they'll flip the little like triangles above. Once you get 3, you're allowed to put down a buff that gives all your party members bonus damage based on how many of those you have stored up.
Oh, but is the UI look different at all or no?
No, that's
all it looks like. I don't, maybe I just haven't unlocked it. So it looks different.
Well, the thing with the moon and like, the other little card thing that had the Lord of Crown, because you're not able to store cards anymore unless they're bringing them back. Samurai,
yeah! I actually know this class. 1 sticker. To your dot. AoE. Number 2 AoE. Oh, you get 2 slices.
That's 3rd eye.
Yeah, that's
ooh, you get a riposte now.
That's a double strike. This is the big one. Yep.
What? Did you just do it twice?
You did do it twice.
That's new.
Yeah, that is new. That's it. Also, I don't have the ability, but I'm 75, so that's definitely new.
Oh shit, that's big boy damage there.
It's definitely new.
Black mages. Oh no,
White mage. Another give that.
They're just a weird aqua buff thing.
What's that?
That is new.
Is it like a healing AoE sprout? Ninja! I really want to play Ninja. Castle.
Just to tell you, it's really boring until you get to like level 30.
Oh, I don't care about orange.
Because the only jutsus I can use are Thunder and Fireball.
The class is really fast. That's cool. What?
That was new. What are we getting at Chidori now?
Black
Yeah, we're in
Mage.
chat Chidori.
Oh, what's Yoshi P getting? Ley lines.
Yep, they're getting ley lines.
I know a little bit about Black Mage.
All them flares, man.
Yeah. Oh, this is that new area too.
That's new. It's like fire, lightning. Thunder. 5. Are these combo abilities? Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, fire and ice there. I don't know. I just don't know the 80s. I don't know.
I don't know Black Mage at all. I'm only at 21.
I'll say this is
That's
new.
Black hole.
So.
Sage. I can't wait to play this
Well,
game.
how's this job gonna play?
Apparently you filled that bar. That seemed cool. Monk. Yo, they gotta give them something new, man.
Summoner.
Ooh, what's going on with him?
Get a new pet?
If we get something better than Bahamut, I would be probably playing Summoner. There's Big Boy.
There's still pets.
Well, there's 3 little things underneath the bar of Bahamut. I don't know what those are about. They're all, like, chained up.
Either.
Oh, you can summon Garuda? Oh, you can switch to the other,
The other ones, right? I see the Garuda picture in the bottom. Dude, their abilities? So is it Ifrit and,
Yeah, I guess you can summon Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda, and Bahamut now. Yeah, you're pretty much a primal summoner now. Everyone's
There's
screaming in
Titan.
the chat.
Oh, shit.
Alt is,
Oh, man. Because they reworked the summoner a lot. That's what it's supposed to. Everyone going insane.
Yeah. I'm kind of hyped because, Summoner kind of needed something.
Alright, Ifrit time.
Inferno!
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Phoenix?
Nope, that's not new.
No.
They've had Phoenix already. Unless they're adding something new to Phoenix stance.
This is Phoenix Bahamut, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Reaper! Alright, Reaper. What in the world?
What? Nothing personnel, kid. Let's face it, Reaper is just a JoJo stand.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna be playing Reaper.
Everyone's gonna be playing both new jobs.
Oh shit. A little teleport thing, man. Oh, this is this mode. Wraith mode. What in the world?
Reaper's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is.
But I more want to.
Pally's Pally getting reworked quite a bit.
They better because
He's on the cover.
Well, the thing is, they have two different forms. They have their tank stance, and then they have cast when they're done with their basic tank combo. Nothing's gonna get past this holy wall.
That's cool.
That's new.
What in the world? What?
More DPS! More DPS for Pally!
What in the world?
You just become Garen from League of Legends. You just summon the bow.
I guess.
Drop bows on him. That's all Pally is just Garen.
He's Gilgamesh from frickin' Fate. Just dropping swords. Dropping swords, man.
はい、ジョブアクション動画
So how's
ご覧い
chat
ただ
doing
き
right
ま
now?
した。So now we watch the
Chat's
job action
fucking
video.
losing it right now.
まあまずは
何
ちょっと20分ぐらいでしたけどいかがだったでしょうか
They're
ね。
just like Primal Summoner.
Well,
Just
first
a
of all,
Paladin got more
it's
giant
a
swords.
20-minute trial, so to
More
speak.
swords.
How did everyone do?
だんだん長くなっております。So job action video is getting longer and longer.
まあや
People,
っぱ
Blue
り
Mage
最初にお伝え
question
した
mark.
通り、まあ5.0準拠、
はい
でまあ正当に全体そのまま進化していきつつ
Mage
まあ主要リキャストが60、120に寄ってた
Dude,
りする
Reaper
ので
like fucking
あれ
sick.
なんかローテーション随分感覚見
Dude,
な
I
くなった
can't
な
wait
みたい
to
なのがあ
play
ると思うん
Sage.
で、まあそのあたり
Summoner
を
looked pretty cool too. With the changes.
順次ジョブ
Yeah,
ごとに
they-
これ
they
からご
needed
説
that. The
明
class
し
is
ていこ
kinda
うかなと思っております。
はい。
Because
So of
how to
course,
how to
as
play
mentioned
Summoner, you
earlier,
really throw
our
out it for pet
basis
and you just kind of let it kill things.
5.0 and building upon Shadowbringers, and so it kind of evolved the different actions based on that. And with the primary abilities and the recast timing kind of being aligned towards either 60 seconds or 120, you might notice that the skill rotations and the intervals between them may feel a little shorter. So we'd like to go into the different jobs now to kind of explain some of the concepts and ideas.
Oh, okay.
まあコメントで多いのはあれですね。召喚師が召喚師になっているっていうコメントが英語も含めて多いですね。
I feel like I see a lot of comments that are saying, "Oh, the summoner is now a summoner, and we're summoning." And
summoning.
that goes for both the Japanese and English comments that I see.
私が見た中ではアルテマウェポンかよって言ってたのがちょっと面白かったです。So are you now Ultima Weapon? That was a funny comment I found.
Ultimate weapon.
まあ召喚だけ尺投げずるいっていうコメントもあったんですけどまあ見せないと全部分か
I
んない
bet
かな
Rich is just like going
一応
insane
ね一通り全部載ってるはず召喚は
because he's a
はい
play summoner.
Of course, some of you may have noticed that the length that Summoner is being featured is a little longer than everybody else, and they were like, not fair. But I mean, it's quite a significant change, so we wanted to show off
Well,
all
they
that
had
we
because
can.
it's such
さ
a
あじゃあ皆
kind
さ
of
ん
a boring
頭の
class
中
otherwise.
にそれぞれご自身のメイン上映
Yeah,
の映
that was
像
cool
がある
though.
程
That was
度
really,
頭に
really
入
cool.
った
Made me
と
want to
思
play
うの
summoner.
でここから
It's
ロー
fun.
ルの
Like I'm
話
actually
聞いて
enjoying it with just what they have
それぞれ
now
の状況
because I'm so
I
close
like
to being able to summon Bahamut.
続けて
I like Warlock
全
and
部
WoW
お
one.
話し
That's how
して
the
いこうかな
playstyle
と
is.
思います。
But with minions,
Okay,
more
so
minions.
now
Oh,
upon
I'm
looking
surprised I
at
didn't get
the
kicked out of
job action
14 yet
trailer and
because I'm
having that
still
sort of
technically
mental
talking
image
to an
of
NPC.
the primary
Oh, I'm
job
probably kicked.
and what actions that you saw, we'd like to dive in.
I
We'll
really
start
liked
from
what
the
Sage
different roles
did,
and then
and I
go
liked
into
what they
the
did
different
to
jobs.
Dancer.
さあまずは
Because Dancer is still going to be my main
短期
class,
からいき
and
ま
I
しょう
think
か
I might
ポイント
go
お
like
願いし
Ninja
ま
looks
す
really
DK
cool
or
too.
Okay, so jumping into
DK or
Ally looked cool
Gun-
with the sword thing. I'm not gonna lie.
They have one ability where they can summon a sword, but I guess they get more swords.
Oh, adjustments to tanks.
Okay, so tanks overall.
はい、まずいいですよ、出してもらって。はい、一部の防御バフに関してなんですけど、単にね、それを実行するだけじゃなくて、例えば敵のダメージの、直前に差し込むことによって、よりちょっとメリットを得られたりとか、他のアビリティと重ねて、
The only thing I've played is Warrior
効
so
果
far.
がね、さらに付与されるとかいう、ちょっとテクニカルな防御バフを入れたりし
I
て
just
ます。
don't know which one I want to play the most.
So certain the certain defensive buffs, that you cast. We wanted to, of course, add some benefits to it. So not just simply like protecting yourself from, say, a tank buster or something like that, but we wanted to make it so that if you are using it in conjunction with different abilities and kind of using them in combination, it allows for greater benefits and sort of like a technical aspect to some of these defensive buffs.
なんかこれね、ジャストガードとかパリーとかやれてるんだけど、ね、サーバークライアント型のゲームでね、さすがにそれは無謀なので、まあ、すごい効果の例えばですけど、効果の短い追加効果があるんで、なんかこう、敵の栄唱の半分ぐらいでもうとりあえず打っときゃいいやだと、まあ、なんていうの、一応軽減 10% とかは働くんですけど、その後についてる効果がちょっと無駄になるねみたいな感じなので、その効果を見て、うまく使ってもらえるといいなって感じです。はい。
Wait, what?
Okay, so we're not talking about something very exact, like a guard just at the right timing,
So
or like
my
a parry.
DPS is gonna be.
That's quite difficult for something that's a client-based
I can understand her.
MMORPG online. So it's more along the lines of some additional benefit for a short amount of time after utilizing certain abilities. So before you might be thinking, oh, okay, enemy is casting. I'll just go ahead and activate this ability when it's casting, and of course you'll still reap the benefit of, say, it's like a 10% damage mitigation, but there is a bit of a waste, and so by combining it with optimal like ability use, optimal times, you can reap even further benefits.
で、あとですね、また効果がね、それぞれちょっと異なる。
Oh, I said the
tank
I'm probably gonna play is probably gonna be either K or Gunbreaker. So my paladin's so low level, it's just not.
I think I would like all tanks.
And of course, these different effects do allow for different sort of effects that are being added to you. Some of these are a defense buff where it applies to yourself and a party member. So I think it does come in handy regardless of you main tanking or off tanking.
では次の項目なんですけど、これはねちょっと近接物理 DPS も共通なんですけど、今までウェポンスキルコンボ中にですね、例えばトマホークとか遠隔攻撃を途中に挟むとね、コンボが中断されてたんですけど、それをなくしました。素晴らしい。
What do you mean?
Next item was, and this kind of applies to melee DPS as well, but whenever you are activating a weapon skill combo and you insert like a tomahawk for your warrior or something like that, like a ranged attack, that would kind of break your combo chain, but we've adjusted it so that that chain is not broken.
I was
wondering what the adjustments with short combos are not broken, like ranged attacks.
サイクルとかになっていくと、今までのローテーションの1サイクルよりショートタームになると思うんですよね。まあ全体がの時間がこうなんだろう、回転数が上がるって言った方がいいのかな。それに合わせてこういうコンボが途切れなくなるので、結構なんていうの、攻撃してる感覚が結構強くなってるんじゃないかなと思う。
I don't know what they really add to them.
Actions kind of being adjusted so the recast leans closer to that 60 second.
Blue Mage is not important because you can't use it in anything unless you have a pre-made party.
Shorter in their
well, Blue Mage gets all the new abilities, right? For each expansion.
It's best to explain it as the number of times that you are attacking and the different skills are being activated kind of goes up in your rotations, and plus without those interruptions, it does give you that feeling of you are making an attack.
まあ例えばボス中心の
Reaper teleport thing though is fucking cool.
あるので、一回大きく距
I
離
mean,
を
it's a good
取
way
ら
of
な
getting
きゃ
out
いけ
of
ないみたいな
nonsense.
時にやっぱりちょっとコンボが途切れるのを嫌がって遠隔を使わないみたいなねところがあったと思うんですけど、そこはグローバルクールダウンが無駄にならないのであれば使う局面というのもまあ出てくるだろうし、むしろねグローバルクールダウン中にあえて避けて即戻るみたいな方がいい時もあるし、まあそこら辺はタンクを使うプレイヤースキルが少しずつ差が出てくるんじゃないかなとは思います。はい。
And so, for example, say a boss kind of has this ranged, not ranged, I'm sorry, an AoE attack that starts from the boss and kind of goes outward, and everybody has to kind of disperse away from the boss. Some people don't want to break their weapon skill combo and include that sort of ranged attack. But with the sort of adjustment here, now we don't have to worry about like wasting our cooldown time, global cooldown time, or in some strategies, you might have to kind of decide when you deliberately
Yeah, 'cause sometimes when you're in your combo, then you have to like bugger off
time
because
your
of
GCD so that you can avoid some of those attacks. So I think this will kind of give the tank sort of strategy a little bit of range.
さあでは、3つ目なんですけど、これもですねタンクのみというよりは、物理攻撃をするジョブ全般に関わってくるんですけど、ちょっとちゃんとお伝えしますね。はい。
And then the third item, and this doesn't apply just to tanks, but anybody who is making some kind of physical attack.
ちょっと
カメラにしますか。
そうですね、生カメにしてもらっていいですか。ですね、今までファイナルファンタジー14のベースのバトル計算式っていうものの中に、まあ皆さんねレイドとかやっててもこの攻撃は物理か魔法かみたいなよくあると思うんですけど、まあ当然物理攻撃の計算式と魔法攻撃の計算式っていうのがそれぞれ一つずつね存在してます。はい。
So of course, with Final Fantasy XIV, we have this sort of calculations of the damage that is being dealt, and there's like a base or like a fundamental formula that is applied. And I'm sure those of you raiders know to discern if an attack is a physical attack or a magical attack. And each of these have their own sort of formula to calculate the damage that is being dealt.
これは新生14レルムリボーンを開発した時に、作ったものなんですけど、当時ねどういうふうにさらにバトルをアップデートしていくかっていうのがいろんな可能性が取れるようにするためにこの物理攻撃っていうベース基礎計算数字と、魔法攻撃基礎計算値っていうのを、それぞれ設定してたんですね。別々に調整できるように、はい、で、こっちが魔法攻撃力とこっちが物理攻撃力。魔法の方がより複雑な計算をするかもしれないっていうので、こいつの値はちょっと高かったんですよ。物理計算式のベースになってる値より。
And so, with Final Fantasy XIV, Final Fantasy XIV being, oh, sorry.
どうぞお願いします。
When Final Fantasy XIV was being relaunched as A Realm Reborn, we tried to make sure that the programming is it allows for future updates in the battles, and we try to leave the different possibilities open. So the fundamental sort of physical damage calculations were set up so that we have two separate formulas going on. So we have the magic damage attack calculation, and then we got the physical attacks. And when we were initially thinking about these two separate ones so that we can adjust them separately, the team did determine that with the magic attacks, it does tend to be a bit more complicated in the different calculations. So the
why does he look like he's trying to do like cat paws or something?
Value is set just a little bit higher than the physical base fundamental numbers.
で、レベル80になってもこの差っていうのは縮まらない基礎値だったので、もう今後バランスをきれいに揃えていくためにこのベースに使ってた物理攻撃計算式の基礎値を魔法と同じ値まで引き上げました。完全に同じ数字になるようにしました。はい。
And so with the characters now leveling up to level 80, this
90.
fundamental number did not change as
Oh.
we raised the values. And so with this update, in order for us to make sure these are balanced, sorry, left, right, we kind of pulled up the physical base numbers so that it matches the magical damage attack.
で、じゃあそれをやるとどうなるかっていうと、まあ物理攻撃が全体的に強くなるんですね。その計算の元に使ってる数字が上がるので、掛け算すると当然その数字でかくなると思うので、今まで使ってたそのベースが高くなった分、各アクションの威力ってところに書かれてる数字が総じて下がってます。
あ、なるほどね。
うん。バランスをちょうど揃えるために威力の数字が落ちてます、全部。はい。
So what that means is that with the base numbers being equalized, the physical attacks would naturally become stronger by default because, of course, the fundamental number has been raised to match so that both of these are balanced. But that being said, we needed to calculate down so that the potency that is listed out as a number goes down.
なぜこの説明をこんな丁寧にね、吉田猫かわいいなみたいな、そんなつもりでやってんじゃないんだよ。なんでこんな丁寧にやってるかというと、この後メディアツアーで各メディアの皆さんからスキルの多分スクリーンショットとか出ると思うんですよ。その時にあれも弱体化されてる、これも弱体化されてる、あの数字も下がった、この数字も下がった、吉田は何近接に何か恨みでもあんのかみたいになるのを避けたいんですよ。なんで全体の基礎計算式が上がってるんで、その分掛け算したら高くなりすぎちゃうんで、数字は全部一律。
No. Did you just pause? No. No.
What's going on?
Mine
下げ
paused.
てるんで、
Did you
そ
just
こは
pause
ご了
or
承く
no?
ださいねっていう。
No.
Oh, mine
はい
did.
People are saying Yoshida looks like a cat, but that's
Yoshi looks like a
that's
cat.
beside the point. So with the adjustment of the fundamental
like a 10
numbers
second
going
pause.
up, of course we have to adjust the potency numbers so that even if it's raised, it stays the same. So the numbers themselves look
They're
like
talking about how they're
low.
gonna have some people
So
play the game
I wanted
and
to
show you
bring
the
this up
difference in
because now that
potency
we're
and
going
some
into
stuff.
the media tour and
Yeah,
we're
I
going
think
to
this
have
is a little
members
bit
of the
down,
media and influencers kind of play the game and see the potency, and they would take photos or screen captures of the game screen, and people might wonder, oh my gosh, have they nerfed some of these potencies? Oh no, this one has gone down too. What happened to all of these physical melee attacks? What the heck? But just please understand, the potency is noted as like a lower number, but that's only because our fundamental physical numbers have gone up, and it's to make it even out. So if it's across the board, you might notice that difference.
はい、という説明でした。これはまあタンクだけではなく物理攻撃を行う、例えば近接命令 DPS もそうだし、遠隔命令 DPS もそうです。同じことが起きるので、それはそれぞれの項目でもまた軽くは触れますけど、ご承知おきください。
But of course, again, this is not just for the tanks, but anybody who is dealing physical attacks. So that means melee,
Oh,
close
my
range,
dancer DPS.
as well as ranged physical DPS will be affected by these numbers.
Okay.
なんか俺をヨシニャンって呼ぶのはやめろ。
Stop calling me Yoshinyan.
48歳のおじさんにそれはないだろう。
I'm 48 years old. Please don't call me a cat.
あ、そうだ。声だけだとね、機嫌悪いのってなるんで、確かに。まあ大丈夫です。ジョークなんで。はい。
And then people start to comment, oh, Yoshida sounds angry. No, don't worry, I'm not angry. I'm just joking.
はい。じゃあ続けて1ジョブ目ナイトいきましょうか。はい。
Okay, moving
Paladin.
on to the Paladin.
はい。じゃあ1行目どうぞ。 まあレクイエスカットの、効果をね残り MP 量気にせず使えるように、まあ、調整したりとか、さらに、さっきね動画でもご覧いただい
It's
た
not
と
the
思い
full
ます。
additions and
コンティオール
adjustments
から
on the
派生する
examples.
三段コンボ勇者みたいな三段コンボが、追加されてます。まあ主になんで、まあこれ以外にねもちろん
Paladin,
追加あるんですけど
I really do want to
代
play
表的な
Paladin.
ところ
I
だ
want to try
はい
that.
I need to level it up because it's like
So of course,
I just like it
as
because of the
you,
whole sword and shield
know,
nonsense. Their
I'm
armor's
sorry,
cool.
You
Yeah.
see on the
The
screen,
higher levels.
Gotta finish
Reckless
MSQ
Cat will
first,
now
though.
be equally effective regardless of remaining MP, and then a 3 attack combo starting with Confiteor will be added. You may have seen in the job action trailer earlier, but yeah, there's this really neat sort of combo that happens after you launch Confiteor. So yeah, those are some of the major updates. Of course, there are other multiple different adjustments that were made to the tank, but those are the main ones that we want to pick up here.
まあ、ナイトはいわゆる正当進化で、まあ、何かがめちゃくちゃ変わるっていうことはない感じです。で基本ローテーションはただちょっとあまりにも脳死にならないように、少し工夫というか考える余地みたいなのを今回入れてあります。
So with Paladin, it's just a straight evolution, kind of keeping in the trend with Shadowbringers going into Endwalker. So it's not a drastic difference per se, but of course we don't want Gel to be brain dead as you're doing your rotation. So there are some aspects that will require some strategy, require some thinking.
で、突進のですね、インタービーンの、
Paleo was pretty easy, I guess.
要は撃てる距離が、5メートル伸びて20メートルになっているので、まあ、その辺の使い勝手の向上もさせてもらってます。
And the gap closer, intervene, has been adjusted as well. There's an additional 5 yawns you can move
they're
forward.
jumping
So it's a
farther.
total of
Hell
20
yeah,
yawns will
brother.
jump in.
さあ、では続いて戦士いきましょう。はい。
Okay, next up is the warrior.
まず一つ目。選手はですね、まあ、範囲攻撃のローテーションをやるにも一定間隔で、まあ、ブレハをやらなきゃいけなかったんですけど、今回範囲コンボだけでもそもそも、バフが付与されるようになってます。付与の維持もできるので、まあ、なんか相互単体から範囲から単体みたいなところが割とスムーズになってます。
And then, so with this one, the first point, damage effects can now be triggered and extended by AoE combos. So I'm sure as you're playing Warrior, at one point you'd always have to insert Storm's Eye into it in order to kind of sustain. But we have made it so that it can be triggered and extended even if you're doing your AoE combos. So I think it's a smooth, it causes for smoother transitions if you want to do like a single target rotation into like an AoE rotation and back and forth.
先ほど動画でももうすでにお気づきの方がいると思うんですけど、2つ目、オンスロートとアップヒーバルからビーストゲージ消費がなくなってます。
Not train the beast gauge, huh?
And then the second point, and you may have noticed this from the job action trailer, but Onslaught and Upheaval will no longer.
People are really happy about these changes for the warrior.
Well, because the beast drain thing went down way too bloody quick. You really couldn't get any combos out besides just mashing Fell Cleave.
No more Fell Cleave spamming
then,
again and again.
There is a new action that will be available.
But it looks like you still
execution
can.
Of inner release.
Execution.
あと大きいのはですね、原初の解放のリキャストが、60秒になってます。まあその分だけ回転数が上がるので、効果回数は3回になってます。でまあ頻度は、上がるんで、だるさは減るだろうなと思います。
And note with the inner release, the recast time for that will be adjusted to 60 seconds. So you will have the effects for 3 times.
Inner release.
And so I think that will kind of allow for like the frequency to be more often. So it kind of reduces that sort of dragging or lagging feeling.
あとはですね、オンスロート、さっきね、ビーストゲージ消費なくなったって言いましたけど、さらにオンスロートのチャージがタンク唯一の3なので、かつ新アクションがあれ結構遠距離からも打てるんで、実は機動力かなり高いです。
And then we mentioned about how Onslaught will not drain the beast gauge. We are also adjusting that to have a total charge of 3. And then with the new action that stems from it, it does allow for a lot of mobility.
あとは原初のたけりも今回パワーアップさせてあるので ST 性能も上がってます。
And then the oh sorry, Gensho no Takeri was I want to say nascent chaos. No, that's not it. ごめんなさい。I'm
いい
sorry.
よ、チェックしてから。
はい、チェックしてください。大丈夫ですよ。アクション名は難しいんですよ。
ごめんなさい、Gensho no.
ね、日本語と英語全く違いますからね。原初のたけり。
So sorry guys, it is nascent flash. Sorry about that. Nascent flash will allow for it. So if you're off tanking, it will also help you there.
はい。という感じでございます。あゆみさん大丈夫？進めて。
はい、大丈夫です。
はい。では続いて暗黒騎士いきましょう。
Dark Knight.
Moving on to the
Sword
Dark
Boy.
Knight.
まず一つ目、ソルトアースの設置位置がですね、結構こう面倒くさかったグラウンドターゲットで、自分の足元に設置して、さらにその、
Oh yeah, because before I had to
設置中
set
に
up
発生するアクション
the
っていうのを
AoE
新し
thing.
く追加してます。
You had to do like a weird animation and then it'd go off on the ground. Now it's just gonna immediately drop when you hit it.
Immediately around you and make a new action available. You may remember you had to place your salted earth, but now it's going to appear where
Yeah, 'cause it's
you are
weird 'cause you had to
standing,
place it, so-
and from there
People made
stands a
macros
new
for it.
action.
まあ僕もそうだ
Yeah,
けど、マクロ
like you had to place it somewhere. Now it's just gonna go wherever you
っていう
are.
感じだったんで、もう変えました。はい。
So even Yoshida had
Yeah,
to like set
macro
up
was
a
the thing for
macro
that.
so that we can place the salted earth, and so it seemed a little pointless. So we have made adjustment there.
で、続いて、まあ、プレイヤーが新しいアクション、習得するので、英雄の英神もその新アクションを使うようになりますよ。
素晴らしい。
And so the second point was your simulate will also gain a new action when you acquire one of the new job abilities. So your living shadow is going to learn new actions as well.
まあ、暗黒が今綺麗に結構ローテ回せてるんで、極端になんか変わるってところはないんですけど、ただブラッド・デリリアムのリキャストが、こちらも60秒になって、3回までの効果になってます。なのでやっぱりこっちも回転数は上がりますね。
And so I think with the Dark Knight,
What do you think they're doing with Gungrave?
rotations are pretty clean and straightforward. But one of the
Gunbreaker.
other changes
Gungrave.
that
Oh my
are
God,
being
anime.
applied is Delirium. Recast time will be adjusted to 60 seconds, and that would be also affected up to 3 times. So again, I think frequency will go up again.
あとはプランチカットの、射程範囲も20メートルに、拡大しますね。5メートル伸びる。で、あとは
Seems like really good changes
ブ
so
ラックナ
far
イトとは別に単体
Yeah.
for like certain
ターゲッ
characters.
トの防御バフも追加されてます。
And so with plunge, again, that is also going to extend its range another 5 yalms, so a total of 20 yalms. And then there will be a new action that's added separately from the Black Knight, would be a single target defense buff.
はい、暗黒騎士はこんなところで、続いてガンブレイカー行きましょ
Why is Twitch? Come on. Come on.
You just keep buffering or something?
Yeah, it keeps buffering. I'll refresh
I
it.
think it's just your boony internet.
Could be.
Because I'm not having any problems.
I am.
So the first point says Savage Claw and Wicked Talon will now
Gunbreaker.
swap in for Gnashing Fang on the hotbar, reducing the number of inputs. But basically, your cartridge combo that starts off with Gnashing Fang will be like a one-button combo where it will kind of replace the Savage Claw and Wicked Talon will swap in.
Cool, I
its
don't have to
place
hit like
to do the
3 extra
combo.
buttons now.
う。なので、まあ、よくわかんないっていう人にとって詳しく言うと、まあ、ビートファングを使うと、2段目のサベッジクローにアクションがもう自動的に置き換わるので、そのまま同じアクション実行すると、サベッジクローで、3段目のウィケットタロンが、発動できるようになると、自動的にそれも置き換わるっていうことで、ホットバーがかなり節約できるんじゃないかな。
So just to kind of explain it further, basically like we mentioned, it's going to be a one button sort of combo that's triggered when you start off with Gnashing Fang. And then in that same slot, you'll have Savage Claw. And then once you've triggered that, you move on to Wicked Talon. So I think it'll definitely save space on your hotbar.
まあその間に挟む追撃アクションはね、これまで通りコンティニエーションからの自動機械なので、まあそこは継続されてます。
Lucky.
And then for
Double
any
lucky.
sort of actions that are inserted in between, it will continue to be continue to be continued. It will be able to use.
さあ、次。ファーストストライクの後にコンティニエーションで、追撃可能になってます。
Burst strike.
And then the second point clearly states continuation will be able to be used following burst strike.
そして、動画でも出てましたね。特性によりソイルが
There you go.
最
There's your three cartridges.
大3スタックに、増加しております。
Not two anymore, box.
And then, of
Well,
course,
yeah,
you may have
'cause
noticed
you
this
can
in the
really
trailer
do
as well. A trait will raise the maximum number of
Too many
cartridges to
cartridges.
ラフディワイドの選択範囲にこ
What's
れ
a trait,
他のタンクに合わせて5メートル延長されてます。
I have no idea.
And then Rough Divide, of course, has been
Oh, that's like the
adjusted
class
to match
job,
the
like,
other gap
thing.
closers in the tanks as well.
Like, you know, bards have songs.
でやっぱりこれ、
Oh, okay.
ガンブレーカーはやっぱソイルの
Scholar
最
has
大スタック数の追加っていうのはかなり大きく
Summoner has
て、
its pets.
より結構戦略的
Those are
になってるかなと、そのボスのタイムラインに合わせて開幕から全部使い切っていくのか、ちょっと抑えめに始めるのかっていうところは結構ポイントかなって思ってます。
はい。
And then with the cartridges and the maximum stacks has been raised, I think that definitely adds an element of strategy. So you might want to decide if you want to go in full on and use up your different cartridges during the timeline, earlier in the timeline, or do you want to kind of save it for later, etc.
さて、タンクは、おおむね以上でございます。はい。
Okay, so I think that covers all of the tanks.
さあ、では続いて、ロール
DPS
DPS 近接物理 DPS
Dragoon Boy Samurai
Next up is the melee DPS.
Melee.
5
now.
じゃあまずメレー DPS 共通の変更点からです。一つ目、牽制の効果内容がちょっと変わります。
So first is something that applies to all melee DPS, but the effect for feint is going to change.
レイドでですね、
はい。
軽減の打ち合わせなどを盛んにヒーラーさんとタンクさんとしておりますとですね、まあ私黒魔だからなんですけど、近接さんがですね、牽制はオートアタックの痛いところに置いときますねみたいな感じにちょっとなっていたので、はい、調整をしました。
So with this feint, and this is probably applicable to a lot of you who go into raids, and Yoshida being a black mage, he would discuss beforehand with the DPS and tanks and healers to kind of talk about, okay, so when are we going to place this? And they're like, oh, feint. Maybe we'll place it where auto attack hurts the most. So we are going to adjust that.
まあでも実際うまい本当メレーの人って実際には超大技の後に来るオートアタックが実はめちゃくちゃ痛くて、タンクも防御バフ張った後なんで実は AA で落ちるがあるんですよ。なんでそこにね牽制結構効くんですよ。効くんですけど、まあ、今回、まあ、あまりにもなので、牽制の中に魔法ダメージ減少っていう効果も少しつけました。ただ当然効果量魔法ダメージ軽減の効果量はアドル、キャスターが持ってる、軽減の方が大きくはなるんですけど、無駄っていうことはなくなります。はい。はい。
So I mean, to be fair, with some of these bosses, you know, sometimes the attack, the auto attack that follows after the sort of tank buster or the large damage,
Well, that time I had like
hurts
a
a
small,
lot,
like,
and it's immediately
5
after
second
the
buffer.
tank has already
So you got it
used
too.
up their defense buff. So
yeah, but you've had it
sometimes
twice.
it does
Now
come
this
in
is
really
once.
handy
Lies.
to place feint right after one of those really large attacks. So we will there will be an additional effect of mitigating magic damage. Of course, that being said, the proper like protection that you want to have against magic damage is addle that some of the casters would have, but just in case, I think that's a handy sort of benefit to it.
続いてですね、これさっきタンクでもお話ししましたね、メレー DPS もそうですが、
Just a little short combos are
遠
broken by
隔
ranged
攻撃をした際に今までコンボ中断されてたんですけど、こちらも中断されないようになりますので、ご確認ください。
Well, because most of the time we have to like run around, and like
And
some
second
classes
point,
like Bard
is similar
can't
to what
move
we
because
had
they have
discussed
cast time
during
on
the
some of
tank
their abilities.
roles, but
Yeah.
the
Same thing with
combos
Machinist
are
as
not
well.
broken by ranged attacks that are inserted.
Like the only one you can
into
actually run around and just keep attacking is
はいはい、そ
Dancer.
してもう一個も先ほどご説明しました、武器の物理基本
I
性
eventually
能
got
が
to
大
level
と
up
いう
Samurai
のを
again.
上げてますので、全体的に攻撃力が上がった分、威力という数字に関してはその上がった分だけ落としているので、ナーフしてるわけではなくて、計算式が変わったので、今までとは違いますよというのをご承知おきください。
And then third point is also, as we mentioned during the tank roll section, but again, with the adjustment of the fundamental damage attack calculation for physical attacks, we did have to adjust the potency so that it appears that the potency number might seem smaller, but it is still the same strength. We have not nerfed it. We just wanted to match it with the sort of upward adjustment of the fundamental calculation value.
はい、ではジョブのお話に入っていこうかなと思いますが、よろしいでしょうか。
Okay, so we are moving on to the different jobs within this role. I think we're good.
What's Dragoon?
まずは、竜騎士からいきましょうか。
First is the Dragoon.
はい、まあ竜騎士もね、かなり
AOE ローテーション
なんだろう、綺麗に回ってるので、まあ今回まず範囲攻撃のローテーションっていうのを拡張してます。
Pretty good because their AOE is pretty.
So with the Dragoon, I think these also have
combo,
a fairly clean and straightforward sort of rotation that you can utilize. But we've kind of expanded upon the AOE rotation.
で、あとはウェポンスキルのコンボローテーションをきれいに成功させていくと実行可能になる新しいアクション。まあすげえ派手なやつが、多分出てたと思いますけど、動画です。はい、追加されてます。
And then for the second point, a new action will be available upon successful execution of weapon skill combo rotation. It is quite flashy. You may have noticed something really cool going on in the video, but
でですね、まあ新技追加されたり、まあ随分時間が経って古くなった技のアクションの上位版が登場して置き換えになったりしてます。なのでボタンがね、めっちゃまた増えるわみたいなのはないです。はい。よかった。
So with this one, of course, there are just new actions that are being added with the new level cap. And then with some of the existing actions, and of course, throughout the years, we've kind of upgraded some of these existing actions to become like a higher version of certain actions. And we've just kind of swapped them in place of the base skill. So it's not like we're going to be adding like additional like button presses or like additional slots you'd have to fill.
で、青の流血は、特性に移動しましてですね、アクションとして実行したり、
That's right. I just had a 2000 network error.
And then Blood of the Dragon will now become a trait, and so there will no longer be a need to execute it as an action or to maintain it.
で、発動条件下、それが発動条件だった技はすべて通常時に使用可能ということで調整されております。
So
Monk
for any
main.
actions that required for the Blood of the Dragon to be activated will be available at all times because Blood of the Dragon will be a trait.
であとはですね、スパインダイブが2チャージになっているので、まあちょっとね移動に使いづらかったと思うんですけど、まあ移動用に1チャージ残しておけるように、あと溢れなければねロスすることはないので、
はい
1チャージ残しておけるようになってます。
And then Spine Shatter Dive is going to be changed to 2 charges. And some of you might have experienced like, oh, I wish I could have used Spine Shatter to kind of move over. But now you'll have that 1 extra charge that you can probably save. So unless you kind of like waste it. But as long as you have it, you'll be able to use it.
で、ランスチャージがリキャスト60秒、リタニーは120秒となっております。
Hmm.
And then Lance Charge recast will be changed to 60 seconds, and Blood Litany recast will be 120 seconds.
Oh, because yeah. Switching the 60 to 120.
大丈夫ですかね。
はい。
じゃあ、ゆきし以上でございます。
That should be it for Dragoon.
さて、続いて文句なんですけど、
はい
文句がすいません、またでかく調整というか、いろい
Not
ろ入
really
って
paying
まして、
because I don't really play that
ま
much
ず、
melee
疾
DPS.
風陣雷っていうその遊びがなくなってしまったので、まず陶器というシステムを、まあ、低レベルから使えるように、習得レベルを変更
Will
して
now
ま
be
す。
unlocked at a lower level. Huh?
So next up is Monk. And so,
Good, because you don't get chakras until
we
like
wanted to
30.
explain this
That's
a
cool.
bit. And first of all, the gameplay element of stacking greased lightning will be done away with. So we are going to allow
Oh my
God, they're getting rid of
chakras
greased
to be
lightning?
unlocked at a
What?
lower level.
そしてですね、もう一個、新しいシステム必殺技っていうものを、搭載することになりました。
And then we are implementing a new system that we called Masterful Blitz.
ですね、
Lightning
もう全体的に拡張されてるんですけど、
Grease Lightning's ability to
新しく
charge his
3つの
monk,
チャクラっていうもの
it's
が、
kind of annoying to keep it up.
出てきます。
Hmm.
And
So I mean, it's been adjusted
pretty much had to use it within a certain amount
fairly
of time.
significantly
Let's,
overall. But
let's confirm.
so
Blitzball confirm.
just going into a bit, we will have 3
Masterful
chakras.
Blitz. Blitzball
で
confirmed.
さらに、陰と陽2つの陶器があって、
People in chat are saying Blitzball.
And then
Yeah, 'cause
so
of the
there will
Masterful
be
Blitz.
like a yin and a yang.
Confirmed.
その組み合わせによって必殺技の中身が変わります。
And so getting like a balance of those chakras and the 2 different types of it will allow for the different skills to be activated.
Nice.
ちょっと待ってね。
はい
Feels like monks will be funner to play at lower levels. Monk is
そう
ninja
ちょっと
now.
分かりづらいよね。でまあチャクラを付与する仕組みって踏みなりが起動条件になってるんですけど、
はい
踏みなりが、2スタック、チャージのアクションになってます。
Someone's second. Can we finally suplex the
these
Phantom
chakra
train?
system? You will
Hell
need to
yeah.
activate it using perfect balance, but perfect balance is going to be a charge action that can stack up to 2.
しかも、チャージタイム40秒なので
That's one level
回転が早いです。
I'll level all the classes.
And stack, each stack is charged up every 40 seconds, so it's quite fast.
で手数で押すっていうコンセプトは変わってないです。ただ必殺技が入って忙しさがめっちゃ上がるんで、
はい
聖剣好きと
うん
総称打の2つは方向指定が今回なくなりました。
And so, of course, the concept of trying to rush with the different skills that you activate and quickly going through these different skills has not changed. But with the implementation of Masterful Blitz, it does get a lot busier. So we have adjusted True Strike and Twin Snakes to not have like a directional condition.
While we're playing the Titan song.
いいですよね、ここまでいいっすよね
大丈夫です。
で、長年
There's a lot of
気持ち
changes
は良
going
か
for
っ
the
たんですけ
classes.
ど
Huh?
羅刹賞がですね今回なくなっております
Well, you're gonna have to because
And
the level cap went
I
up.
know a lot of you had
Yeah.
enjoyed using this and it felt great, but we will be taking shoulder tackle away.
They must do this before
た
every
だ
expansion.
純粋
Then,
に
huh?
新しい
But they don't really-
技
they don't
突進技が
do
追加されるんですけど
adjustments fast as anything
殴りません
They will do
But
adjustments like
in its
probably
place, we will
a
be
few weeks
adding
before
a gap closer or
the
like
actual
a rush
actual expansion comes out.
action
No,
per
what I
se.
mean,
It will not be
expansion-wise,
something
like,
that you
they
use
do
with
this
fist.
ただ
fast
味
change.
方ターゲットして移動
Oh,
で
they
き
do
る
this for every expansion.
Yeah, not in the
But
patch
it
notes
is-
to make them all. I mean, I can see them doing like
そ
small
の
adjustments.
味
in the patch
方
notes,
が
like
離れてくれたやつ
and
に
stuff, but
まあ魔文みたいなステップみたいなもんですね空
なるほどなるほど
ステップして即ボスへみたいな使い方ができる感じです
But with this rush sort of movement, it is going to be simply for moving around, but you can also target your ally or your party member to rush over to them. So, say you needed to
I think I'd have
kind of
fun playing monk.
go
in
towards
PvP.
somebody who had dispersed and went off into the distance.
ninja.
You can rush over to them. So, kind of like there's an action that's similar in the Black Mage's kit, but you can go in there to kind of close your distance with your party member.
まあクローマの場合だと魔文を置いておいてモルゴルにステップした後魔文に戻ることできるんだけど、今回敵もターゲットできるので、
うん
敵から味方へ味方から敵へっていうのができるんで、そんな感じまあなので羅刹でこう味方殴ってしまうわけにいかんので、
そうですね。
はい、殴らない技になって
So, I mean, with the Black Mage, though, you would place the ley lines and then take a step and rush into your party member and then just go back to the ley lines. But with this new monk action, you can target where you're going to be moving to. So it's not just like a going back and forth. You can target your ally to rush over to them and then maybe run towards the enemy. So because of that, and you will be able to target your party members. You don't want to shoulder tackle your allies, but
いや味方は殴っちゃいけませんよねっていう話。
That'd be funny if you could shoulder tackle.
Oh, dude, I would just
ちょっ
tackle you,
と
man.
文句の必殺技だけ
はい
実機で
Yoga box.
やったぜ。
お見せしましょうかという感じでございますが、よろしい
so
もう説明じゃちょっとわかんないと思うんで。
we want to
music,
show
eh?
off an example of Masterful Blitz
Oh,
on
they're gonna show
the
example?
gameplay screen.
All right, guys.
Because
Sorry, I
just
level up monk.
explaining it with words might not be optimal in
You're
trying
gonna be
in terms
way
of
behind
trying to
then.
get the message across.
That's why I've been
Monk's
using
only
like my daily
30.
blood
Yeah.
soul.
No, I'm a little bit under 30. I didn't get monk yet.
まあ
Mine's.
Oh,
Oh, I
is
forgot
that-
he's a potato.
He's already logged in.
すべてがなんだこれに見え
He's
る。
in the
And
new
he's already
area.
on.
He's in the new game.
New?
You're showing off stuff.
Yeah, he's on his Lalafil.
ね
He's in the new zone.
新
though.
しい
Because it's a new area.
New Area、New BGM。
まあ当然ですけど、お伝えしてあるデノミネーションって入ってる
Just walk around, Yoshi
は
P.
い
Just, you know, take a nice
もう
tour.
全体キューってね、数字が縮んだ状態です
If only.
Yeah, just go
Just
His
a
around.
layout
word of
is so
note,
weird. Why would you have all your
downscaling
monk
has
stuff like in
been
the middle of the
implemented in
screen?
this build, so please don't be surprised if the numbers feel a
It's
lot.
probably just
Oh,
there
his
for show,
layout.
though.
His
It's probably just for show.
yeah.
Oh, I like that movement. Oh.
Flash
Oh.
step? Is this
So
bleach
as you
now?
can see, that's
Oh.
the 3 stacks.
Do I have to level monk now?
Oh, you got 3 stacks. That's nice,
Yeah.
though.
まあテクニカルではあるとは思いますけど、
うん
はい、30秒でチャージされます、ね、で
That's
必殺技だけありますよ
Yoshi P got a computer, everything. He's all
Quite
ready.
technical with a
Level
30-second
90?
charge. So
He's 90
let
already.
me show you the Masterful
It's
Blitz.
cheating.
はい、お願いします。Yes, please.
All right. Let's see.
ウニなり
Perfect balance.
2 3ここにこれ溜まってんの見えますかね、3つ
Okay.
Turtle stance.
Can you see the 3 kind of below that chakra gauge, kind of glowing there?
はい
See, I didn't
これが
unlock that
チャ
in
ク
my
ラ
monk
ですね
yet.
でここ
So.
に必殺技が出てるんで
おお、
これ3つ違う
Oh.
チャクラを
派手。
つけた時に出せる
あ
必殺技。
And so once you have those charged, up to 3 chakras that are opened up, you can unleash your masterful blitz.
でそれ今1個使ったことによって
はい。
陽
陽
の
陽の陽ですね。はい。
陶器がついておりますね。
ははは。
So, of course, once we have used that stack of 3, we now have an element that's associated with it. Between the yin and the yang, it's yang at this time.
Oh, okay. That's like
Yeah.
some RNG kind of thing.
例えばね、3つとも同
The
じ
yin and yang.
I don't know.
Oh, not switch.
Oh,
Or
that's
not
cool.
both.
That's a different one. Or that's just the usual attack you do, which looks like you're doing a weird
we
Hadoken
have
at the ground.
something here right now, but another example is if we have 3 of the same.
うん。今陰
陰が
陰が
ついてますね。
はい。
ここに
No.
Yin.
陰はいいんですよ。
陰の陶器が
はい。陰の陶器。
陰の陶器がついてます。
The yin and yang. It wasn't in my glossary, so I'm going with yin and
そう
yang.
ね、
but
まだないもんね。でこの状態で、
はい
さらにチャクラをつけて、
あ
はい、一番
おー
は
は
There's
は。
Seven
positional.
sided strike.
So now you have the other side, and then you stack your 3 chakras again, and then you unleash a pretty flashy move there in your Masterful Blitz.
Huh.
なるほど。
はい。というわけで
That's
忙しいので、まあこの、聖剣好きと、総称だだけ方向指定がなくなって、まあ他は残ってます。
なるほど。
はい。
But yes, so as you can see, it is quite busy with trying to maintain that gauge. So that's why we adjusted the two True Strike and Twin Snakes to
people
not
say
be restricted to a particular direction.
ではこれ以上はね、
はい
メディアの皆さんの
そうですね。
仕事を奪ってしまう。
So I think we will leave it at that, and we don't want to take away from the media and influencers content. So
はい。以上となり
I'm
ま
gonna
す。
give Yoshi P more egg.
敵視リセットしてる。もうパワポにも
Very cool.
いる。
はい。
Yeah, I like the dashing a lot. Someone's like, do the DBZ dash.
さあでは、
Everyone's like,
続い
In
て
this chat, it's
侍
like
行きま
everyone.
しょう。
Monk is just Goku class now.
next up
Yeah,
is
hell yeah, dude. I
Samurai.
like it a lot.
I like what they're doing with Samurai. I might want to play that.
This is my boy.
陣風とシフ
Yeah, I
で
wanna
付
go
与で
use
き
the
る
rest of
バ
the
フ
Quiver
を
a bit.
範囲コンボでも付与できるようになったの
Scream
で、
like
これ戦
Jimpu
士とも同じです。
AoE
範囲
combos.
めっちゃだるかったと思うので、ここは相当快適になるんじゃないかなと思います
They're。playing Stormblood.
So first one is effects granted by Jinpu and Shifu can now also be applied by AoE combos.
Huh.
This is kind of similar to the warrior, but when you're doing your AoEs, it won't be so like
Yeah.
not boring, but like it's strenuous and time consuming because
Yes.
the effects are applied to AoE combos as well.
新たな居合術と、つまべ返しに相当するアクション、新たに追加されております。
New action.
A new EI jutsu and an action in the vein of Tsubame Gaeshi will be available.
ちょっと待ってね。
What's the media tour then?
いやもう竜騎士のコメントがね結構でもちろん竜騎士もねちゃんと範囲書きましたね。範囲のローテーションちゃんと拡張されてるんで、
そうです。
竜さんも大丈夫ですよ。はい。
People seem to be concerned about the dragoon, but I did mention, right? I did write it down. We have expanded upon the AoEs.
パポに書いてあるんでご確認ください。
It's on the PowerPoint. Don't worry. Please check.
でですね、侍なんですけどやっぱピュアメレー DPS として思いっきり正当進化です。
The AoE thing's really nice.
So with the samurai, of course, we wanted to kind of expand upon that pure melee DPS.
新技追加がまあ主なんですけど、ツバメ返し、それから明鏡止水のが2チャージのアクションになってるので、コンテンツに合わせてのね、開幕バーストとか調整の余地っていうのは結構増えたかなと思います。
And of course, with the samurai, because it's just a straightforward sort of evolution from the last expansion, we have just primarily added new actions. But the Tsubame Gaishi and Meikyo Shisui have become stackable to 2 charges. So whenever you go into a particular content and you want to go into a fight with that sort of burst of attack, there is a bit of wiggle room if you wanted to like
Yeah,
make
guys, I'm gonna be right back. BRB.
で明鏡止水状態ではですね、
Real quick.
コンボの3段目に該当するアクションを打つとコンボ2段目のバフが得られる。明鏡止水の状態の時だけですけどね。そんな風になってるんで、使い勝手自体も向上してると思います。
And then when you are under the effect of Meikyo Shisui, and then you go into that third phase of your combo rotation, you will be granted the effects of that second combo action. So we're hoping that that will allow for ease of use to be improved.
はい。
はいはい。じゃあ侍は以上でございます。
Okay, so that covers the samurai.
では、続いて忍者です。はい。
Next up is ninja.
こちらまず一つ目ですけど、フートン、ドトン、ライトンにですね、それぞれにまあそれらをベースとするアクションっていうのを追加しております。
So with this one, actions linked to Raiton, Doton, and Huton will be added.
で、あとはですね、アクションで、フートンを付与できるっていうものが追加されているので、フートン付与維持が楽になるんじゃないかなと思います。
And then an action making it easier to apply Huton would be added. So whenever you do want to sort of apply or keep Huton, and it should allow for you to do that.
まあ結構すでに忙しいジョブですし、まあそもそも忍術なんてミスしてられないし、これ以上忙しくならないようにしてあります。
And of course, with the ninja, it is quite busy. And of course, you can't miss any of those ninjutsus that you are doing. So we tried our best not to make it even busier than it is already.
ツイッチに4因は勘弁してくれって書いてあるんですけど、残念、4因はございません。
なるほど。
はい。
People are saying, "Oh, we don't want the fourth sigil," but don't worry, we do not have that.
かつですね、今回映画がなくなっております。ですので、ドットがなくなりました。
And of course, we have done away with Shadow Fang, so the dot will be gone.
ドトンやライトンの追加で、まあさっきね、新たな攻撃、まあこれ動画にもありましたね。で、分身の術の効果に関する専用アクションなんかも、追加されたりしております。
And then, of course, as mentioned, there are some new actions that are linked to Doton and Raijin, as you may have seen in the video. And then when you are using the I'm sorry.
I'm really interested in playing ninja.
Whenever you're using the Bunshin, there is going to be a specific action that will be added to that as well.
はい。
はい。大体忍者以上で、
はい、ありがとうございます。
That should cover ninja.
はい。そして、近接メロディペース最後は、こちらでございますね。
お、出ました。
新ジョブリーパーでございます。はい。
Last but not least, this is our new melee DPS job, Reaper.
まずですね、お伝えしていきましょう。両手釜、新しい武器、両手釜による攻撃、まあ自分自身の攻撃と、まあ自分にくっついてきてるアバターという、キャラクターとの連携で攻撃を していきます。で最終的にはアバターを自分自身に表示させて、融合するみたいなことができます。
I like that this is a scythe here. It's really cool.
So of course with Reaper, they use
Plus my
the
webcam's
scythe,
blocking.
like a double-handed scythe to attack. So you have your own attacks that you are unleashing, and then you have the avatar that will also attack at the same time. So you're attacking in tandem, and then plus you will be able to service the avatar's vessel, and so you allow for it to kind of possess you to unleash even more powerful attacks.
続いての項目どうぞ。で1個だけ、シナジーパーティー強化するシナジーバフ持ってます。
So what, they're kind
Just
of
one
like dancer in a way?
one job that does this. There's it's able to grant enhancements to party. Sorry, this is the only like synergy related action that this job has.
そう動画でもねなんか知人さんかなからなんかねまがまがしいものを抜き取ってましたねなんかね。
You may have noticed in the video, Reaper was trying to take something out of the bard. It looked kind of ominous.
で移動結構特徴的だったりもするんですけど、どうぞ。特定の状況で結構役立つアクションとか特徴的な動作をするアクションが結構豊富です。今までちょっとまたタイプが違いますね。やっぱ進捗だけあって。はい。
And you may have also noticed this in the video, but some of the movements that the Reaper does is quite unique as well. And so it says here, unique and specialized actions give them an edge in specific combat situations.
ざっくりですね、流れのイメージをちょっと口頭でね、まずご説明しようと思います。はい。
So just a very rough and sort of general explanation of the flow here.
まずこの画面に
I don't know though. Summer looks pretty badass.
のゲージなんですけど、一つがソウルゲージ。はい。
So if you take a look at the job HUD there, you see two different sort of gauges, but one of them, the top one, is the soul gauge.
Okay.
でソウルゲージを貯めて、アバターと一緒に攻撃ウェポンスキルを使う。そのソウルゲージを消費してね。
And then, so you would charge up the soul gauge in order to unleash different attacks. And this also applies to some of the attacks that you unleash together with your avatar. And that would sort of deplete some of the charge that is built up in the soul gauge.
で、そのアバターと一緒に戦うとシュラウドゲージっていうのが今度は溜まるので、それが一定以上溜まるとアバターと融合できるようになるので、最終的にはアバターと融合してさらに特別なコンボをぶっ放していくみたいなのが基本になります。
And then once you unleash the weapon skills using your own attacks plus the avatar, then a second gauge starts to fill up. That is the shroud gauge. And with this accumulating charge, then it will eventually allow for you to kind of let the avatar kind of merge with you. You would become the avatar's vessel, and then you are able to unleash even stronger special combos. So that's kind of like the basic flow.
Not in my Christian Discord, sir.
どちらかというと、ピュア
Watching the Reaper, there's no Christian.
I know.
I know I miss Samurai and Ninja.
Because of that, I think we lean towards that sort of pure melee.
Dude, you could summon the Nine-tailed Fox now.
侍の方がピュアではあります。侍と同等のピュアでメレディフェスとは言わないですけど、
I'm calling bullshit on that.
ピュアよりです。
なるほど。はい。
No
of
joke,
course,
dude.
Our samurai is definitely
really?
a pure melee DPS.
Yeah, really.
So
It's
it's
crazy.
not quite as
Chat was like going
extreme
nuts.
as the samurai, but I think it does skew towards that sort of melee, pure melee.
じゃあこちらも見ないとわかんないよっていう YouTube でチラッチラッ、
わからないですね。
吉田見ないとわかんないよチラッっていうコメントを見たので
Did I lie to you,
見てみ
Box?
ましょうか。
Yeah.
And I think I see a
We
lot
just
of
look at
comments
you.
in YouTube, I think, saying that, oh, but We won't understand unless you show it to us, please. Peek. Show us.
Show us,
just a
show
little
us,
bit.
show us, Yoshi.
Allow us to show it on
Show
the
us.
gameplay screen.
さあどうぞ。
What are they showing us?
They're showing us. Yay!
こちらが
Yoshi.
He's so itty
鎌
bitty.
持ってる。Yeah, she
Yoshi.
has.
I do not like that class's elf like armor.
Oh, I do.
これどっかのプロデューサー兼
It's
ディレ
very
クターがステージ
Van
で
Helsing,
社長と
Bloodborne.
一緒に並んで写ってる写真でなんだこの会社
I didn't really get
It's
to play
just-
that much
it just
Bloodborne.
doesn't look good on
Ooh, this reminds me
Olafil.
of a certain outfit that a certain producer director of a game had worn at a certain event and stood next to our
But it's very Van Helsing-ish.
CEO
I like it a lot.
and made people wonder what kind of game is this?
How are you gonna show us, Yoshi?
ざっとゆっくり
Completely new
ちょっと動か
class.
しますね。
Level 90 Reaper too.
But just a rough overview and kind of take you.
I just want to see
step by
what
step.
Sage can do.
お願いします。Yes, please.
準備をします
See it. See it, dude.
Sorry, one moment. We're
Everyone's gonna play
uh,
Reaper, dude. Like everyone's gonna take it.
でこれ一個ねアビリティじゃねシナジのやつにかけました。でなん
We've
か
applied the synergistic
デバフを
ability
入れました。
and applied a debuff.
で、
Just the red. Ooh, yeah.
うん
Well, he made his lava field short as possible. Like,
Yeah, he's
Holy
fucking
hell.
I'm sorry, side attack and then back attack. Oops. I think we
Ooh, blinky
ran out of
blink.
charge, sorry.
That's really cool. I like the little
で
teleport
こ
thing.
う殴っていくとまず、さっき言ったソウルゲージが溜まりますね。
So as you can see, when you continue to hit the enemy, the soul gauge kind of fills up.
What's the blue one again? Oh, that goes. Oh, that's the Wraith one.
でアバターを使って
おう
でこんな形でこ
can't wait to reap some souls.
う
I mean,
そのタイミング
reap the
Sorry,
harvest.
it's kind of hard to jump in with the translations, but
でこれでシュラウドゲージが50にアバターを使えば使うほどシュラウドゲージが溜まると思ってくださいね。
but again, just a reminder, once you attack using your avatar, the shroud gauge starts to fill up.
で、そ
Oh,
うです
so
ね
that's his. Okay, I get it.
変身します。
Yeah, the blue one's the avatar thing, I
And
think.
transform.
こんな感じ
There we go.
わあ
Sweet
Boom.
one.
Reaper.
Go.
Rawr.
これちゃんとね皆さんのキャラがこのモードに
That's
一人
the
一人あり
evil
ます。
So
Olafil
adorable,
there.
but yet
It's an evil
so
potato.
adorable, but yet wants to
Each
kill
of your
you.
characters will take on
There's no nice Olafil
its
out there.
own form, or
I
not
know.
its own form, but I'm sorry. It's going to take form.
Oh, I can't wait to be a
And it'll
bunny
still
boy.
be
I
your
forgot that's
character.
also a thing
完
coming in
全
the
にダーク
expansion.
サイドになりました。
落ちてます。
Yeah, now, yeah, he completely fold into
Oh, that
the
means I
dark
can wear the
side.
Noctis hair as well.
Yes, totally.
Yeah,
Nice.
gotta unlock that.
I need to go get the
これは
card.
いい中にって書いてあ
When
る。
is the card event ending in? October?
October 18th.
Oh, I
This
still
is
wild.
very, very emo.
でちょっと移動アクションなんですけど、
はい
変わってましてこのポジションから向いている進行方向に対して前に移動するアクションと、
はい
後ろに移動するアクション
How long is this?
そう
I have no idea.
So
This is
after
the
a
first
gap
time I watched.
closer, there's a move where it'll allow for you to move towards like forward, and then there's a way to move kind of backwards.
はい。
でその位置にですねゲートを開けておくことができる一定時間勝手に残るんですけど、これでここにゲー
Oh
トを
yeah.
はい。
So basically, you'll be opening a gate of sort, like a rift that you can go through, and it stays open for a certain amount of time.
で、ゲートが閉じる前であれば、戻ることができる。
なるほど。
So if you are able to move before the gate closes up, you can go back to whatever position you
It's like,
started off
what's her name from Overwatch?
Tracer?
Tracer, yeah.
まあ僕
She reverses time,
メインで別にリーパー使ってるわけじゃない。
Actually,
Well,
it's kind of like
it's
it's kind of like Wraith actually from Apex.
アンチにあらかじめ
She kind of like leaps through time and she can't control it
ギリギリまで殴る
Yeah, Wraith.
until, you know,
Wraith is better.
Winston made that thing to make her not blink.
Of course, right now we're
I'll
just
Damn time.
making adjustments to it, so it's
Raven?
not
I don't
like
remember.
this is a main job or anything. But
That's a
you
Raven.
would a way to go about
Apex
using
Legends?
this gate is to kind of
No,
leave it
I, don't,
where
I never played the game.
She just
it's
has,
in
like, a
front of,
teleport
like,
ability and then
an
leaves a
enemy
portal.
of sorts, and then you close the gap towards them, hit them, and then go back.
じゃあどうしようかな。
But Yoshi P's the man though. What is he doing? What in the world? That was a huge AoE. Dude, look at this guy. He's teasing us playing Reaper.
ちょっとここから早いですよ。融合した後。
Really quickly after letting the avatar take over.
Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Oh. Jeez.
すごい。Yeah, it's very flashy.
Why don't you show us the car
融
mode?
合するとちょっとプレイ速度変わるので、結構テクニカルですね。で今までのようになんだろう単体技でゲージを貯めてってよりはソウルスライスとか割とチャージアクション使って一気に50貯めて長めにこうソウルゲージを貯めてようやく呼び出してみたいな感じじゃなくてどんどん切り替えていくことになるんでプレイ感今までとかなり違います。
But with the tempo of these different actions that you have to do, it is quite fast. So it does require
It
a
looks
lot of
pretty
like
quick.
Technical aspect of it, and it's not necessarily like a single target all the time. Sometimes it's like a soul slice, and adding some different abilities in there. It's not like an endurance thing. Like you don't like build and build and build and build and unleash at one time, but it's quite fast. So I think the play style is quite different.
that
from
tower thing in the
what
back
we
there.
had previous,
Don't
with
worry
it
about it.
compared to any of the existing jobs.
I need to know.
でも
There's a castle out there in the
一通りと
in the
全
water.
然触ってますけど、テンポはすごい
We define
気持ちよくて
Murlocs?
楽しかったっす。
That
This
being
is,
said, looking at the different jobs, this one included, the tempo does feel really good. So I think it
Can you
is
please show
quite
us
interesting.
Sage? I mean,
I think they
I'm
will.
probably gonna
show.
play Reaper,
これはね結構
but I think I
Everyone's
might
playing.
switch from DPS to healing because
Everyone's playing Reaper, dude.
I'm gonna play
And so
Samurai
I
and be
think,
like
the more you
Samurai
get your hands
noises.
on it,
Dude, I'm going
and
monk
try it
main.
out, I think it's something that you can
Going back
kind of master
to my
and
roots.
try to
I started out
try
with
to
Bard,
make
and
the
yet I'm
most
slowly
out of
going
it.
back
It is
towards
quite
Bard.
fun.
No, I'll probably level machinist then. Eventually.
He picked the high pitch voice too.
欠にならないようにしていかなきゃいけないんで。
Yoshi's just he's a troll
だから
man.
まあもう、ま
I
あ
know.
人気が
He
きっと
did
出
that.
るだろう
He
なと
made
思って
his character a
も
lot
うちょっ
of
と
just
優
a troll.
しめにしたかったんですけど、意外となんだろういい感じの難しさになったかなとは思うんでまあ練習したらしただけ面白いかなとは思うんで。
Yeah, apparently he's got 2 items in his inventory.
But of course, you have to be mindful
guess.
of like resource management and making sure that your gauges are up and you're
What, Yoshi's
going
playing
through
his
this
own
properly,
game?
managing it properly. And of course,
He does
with this
play
being
this
a new
game. He
job,
also
very
plays
flashy
WoW.
moves, we
I know. He's a huge MMO.
expect it to be
Played
very
EverQuest too.
popular. And so we were torn about making it a little bit less challenging, so to speak. But I don't know. I think it's a good kind of difficult, and again, it's something that would be fun to kind of master. And the more you delve deeper into it, the more I feel like you can get out of it.
まあベースのコンボには方向指定がないんですけど、
What you got there, Yoshi?
アバターとやる
It's paper.
技みたいな時は方向指定が存在する
It's on the
ものもあります。なんかそこはどっちかというと味付けです。
Removing
What's on that paper?
Of course, the base combo doesn't require any sort of directionals, but once you start involving your avatar, there will be. So be careful of that. But I think it's just, it adds flavor to the different abilities that you're unleashing.
簡単
There's a new city.
コンセプトがあるんだけど、さっき言ったように早く高速移動しながら、なんだろう、高速で回さなきゃいけない中で出てくるんで、しかもさっき使ったのどっちだっけとか
Zeppa didn't wake up for this one.
そんなに簡単ではなかったで
Let's
す
see around. I was looking at Zeppa. Must be watching
And
it
then we
more.
also have those people saying, "Oh, but it's an easy job" in the comments, which is not true. You are going to be moving around the battlefield pretty quickly, and you're also trying to get through your rotations very quickly.
You'd
So,
rerun before
and you
that.
also have to remember, okay, so I've used this skill, so where
Teleport
does
on
it connect
people.
to next? So it's not easy per se.
You finally can do the nothing personal, kid.
LB3 を見せてくれる
ね
コメント
プロテストが始まっております
Twitch もそうなんですけど、残念ながらですね、僕今日今使ってるこのメディアツアーのワールドはですね、デバッグコマンドの LB3 フリーが使えないんですよ、残念ながら。
I also see comments saying that, oh, we want to see Limit Break 3,
Oh, Limit
but
Break.
I'm afraid this is in this world that we created for the media tour, we don't have the debug command to unleash the LB3, or we don't have the debug command LB3 freeze. So sorry, I'm not able to show it to you.
ただですね、も
Disappointment.
うすでに公開している
I can't wait to see LB3.
Yeah.
の最後に
It's gonna be
ゼ
someone
ノ
with
ス
the
が
big
使
rave.
ってるなんかすごいやつが、リーパーの LB3 で
It's
す。
not a Wraith, it's a
Ah,
JoJo
naruhodo.
stand. Get it right.
But
just
that
a
being said,
stand user.
you may have seen the benchmark trailer, but when you see Xenos at the end and he does this really flashy move, that is the Reaper's LB3.
Oh, okay.
なのであれをご覧いただくと LB3 リーパーの LB3 があこういうやつかっていうのがわかります。はい。
So I think that would be a good reference if you want to see what the Reaper's
Yoshi
LB3
loves his
looks like.
fans, so you can just tell.
はい。
Like, Yoshi, do
で
this.
はちょっと
Okay,
これまあリーパー終わりにしようと思うんですけど。
Well, he said, like,
まあ
without the game,
そうなんで
like,
す。
he would pretty much have
はい、な
nothing.
ので、
Or, you know,
これ
without
ら
the
で一
fans.
旦ちょっと手
the game
短
won't
に
be pretty
10
much
分ぐら
how
い、
it
10分
is.
休憩ぐらいを
God,
I
挟
can't
みたいな
wait.
と。
はい
で、休憩明けたら残りの遠隔
はいはい
シリーズの DPS とヒーラーに行こう。
全然4時間どころじゃねえなこれ。
おかしいな。数字で言いますと、お父さん
This is why I
今
range
40分ぐらい
Oh,
押しても、
hey,
はいいやかかるもんです
oldish,
ね。
it's a guy you
So,
Yo.
we
want to
have
come over to
actually
Milwaukee
talked
and go
about
to
2 hours
UW
now,
Milwaukee with me
and we
and
haven't
take
gotten
Japanese
through
classes.
all the well, we've gotten through the
It's college.
melee DPS, but I think we would like to take a 10-minute break, and
sounds
then we'll jump
expensive.
back into the remaining DPS.
They're gonna take a break.
Yeah, we're on about a 40-minute delay at this point, so I think we want to take a quick break.
ですので、ここから10分間休憩取りたいと思います。
Are they getting lunch?
予定外のマジ休憩なので、お供は特にございません。
It's pretty
本当
early.
の休憩でございます。
はい
Middle of the
So
afternoon,
now
maybe.
we want to have a 10 minutes break. It's pure break, so we have no video to show during the break. This break, so 10分後にお会いしましょう。では Let's see you again in 10 minutes.
10-minute break, dude. 10-minute break. 10-minute break.
Become what you must.
Become what you must. What's everyone saying though? Let's see. Scholar's dead, Scholar's dead. How do you know Scholar's dead? Oh my goodness. Scholar should lose Furies. What? Oh, we lost Box. No need. Hello? Hello? Oh my world. How are their bingo cards going?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
My internet decided to just kill itself, and right when I was going to go downstairs to restart the router, it fixed itself. No, it means I got kicked out.
Yeah, as it says Zeppela, it's not on at all. Just watching.
The freaking video just keeps buffering from it. Yeah,
oh wait, do they have it in game?
Have one in
People
game.
have screens, right? For like, how do they do that?
To what?
I think it's in houses and stuff. They have, or like, is there like a theater room or something?
Oh, they just make that with household items.
Oh, it's really, really cool because I've seen it a few times with some streamers watching.
Damn it! It means I also got kicked off of 14. Oh, well.
Keep that there too.
My stream just keeps buffering now.
Oh, fancy tactics. I think the next one though, we're doing a bingo card
Why would we need a bingo card?
because they're fun to do. I didn't know too much about the game yet.
There's no point in me signing off of Steam. I'm gonna be going back to play 14 after this anyways.
Yeah.
Well, for a little bit longer.
So they still have the range DPS to go through.
So range
the
GPS and
healers.
healers go for.
Then what do they gonna do? I can't remember at the beginning. There's 3 major things they were gonna talk about. I really want to know the island thing. I don't know if they're gonna talk about that though. I don't think they're talking about PvP because they got a new PvP mode coming out. I think that's for the next one. And they got this Stardew Valley kind of thing. Look at this samurai sword, dude. Look at this. Look at this. It's a cool sword. You know what I could do? Let's see. Yeah, what level's my mining at? Oh, 17.
Oh yeah, they said they're taking like a 10-minute break.
Yeah. Let's see
I'm
about
gonna
mining
re-sign
real
into
quick.
the game. Well, I'm just confused. I guess my router restarted itself because like the stream started buffering like constantly. And it's just like no internet, and just like what the fuck? Because you know I forget routers do that once in a while, or they'll just automatically reset themselves.
Yeah. That is right here. Need some of that. Yeah, why not?
Yep. Excuse me.
I'll be out here mining some iron sand. Where, oh, where art thou? Oh, whoa, this one's, oh, this is a blue one. Alright. cinnabar.
Oh great, I got the character selected was not properly logged out or was in current logout.
Oh, dude.
Another client.
Dude.
Please wait to log in again. Oh, never mind. It put me in the queue because it had to unlock. It had to log my character out to let me log back in instead of waiting. I'm 22 in queue, so I got a little bit to wait. Alright, let's use this because music's getting kind of annoying.
Level 18 miner. Let's go. Some water shards. I get like no XP. Water shards. Yeah, buddy.
Are you winning, son?
Mining. So you're mining for gold. I'll have to put this on my retainers though. Wait, deliver.
Dude, I gotta put my Noctis clothes for my retainer because I was gonna give that to my Dark Knight.
Do I have a quest for mining? It's a challenge. That'd be a challenge.
So far, I'm really hyped to play Endwalker.
Oh, dude, I can't wait.
That I might want to. Oh no, it comes out on a Friday, which is the 19th. So
Yeah, so you need like a Monday off.
why would I need a Monday off?
Longer weekend.
Means I need to like save up 40 hours, which is impossible. I only could get about like close to like 20.
Alright, take the morning off so you can sleep in.
I don't go to work until 4.
Yeah, but you're gonna stay up all night.
Wait, hang on. Let's check the calendar. When is November 9th? Oh, that is a Friday. I don't have to care then. I can really just wake up and start playing the game.
Yeah.
Well, after it downloads
When
and
is
all
it
that.
gonna
other
release though? That's the question.
It releases the 23rd, but if you pre-ordered it now, you can play on the
No, time wise though.
probably sometime in the morning. Most expansions always do.
Is it morning or early afternoon? I don't know if they have a world release, so everyone gets on at the same time. I don't even know if their servers are gonna last. We'll see. Battlefield comes out that day now too. It's funny. Battlefield, I think the new Pokemon. Oh, Gen 4 comes out, I think, for Pokemon. Level 19, let's go. Come on. Deliver ounces of cinnabar to the deep canyon. It's the high quality stuff.
はい、戻ってまいりました。
はい戻りました
16回目の
はい
プロデュースされたライブ、ジョブのご説明を続けております。Welcome back to the
Back to safety.
letter from the live number 66. We are now explaining the job changes. はい、
Got unmuted because the music was getting
続
annoying.
いてまいりましょうか。
行きましょうか。続いては、ごめんね。遠隔物理
Range
DPS で
DPS.
So our
Oh, I thought
physical
three.
range DPS.
Oh, physical range.
Because
Yeah.
we only got 3.
So the next expansion we get a 4th.
じゃあまず共通点からなんですけど、まあ遠隔物理の共通点としては、さっきお話しした基本武器の性能を上げてるんでというお話。
We don't even know if there's gonna be a
になって
next
おり
one.
ます。
Yeah, there is.
And so for the physical range DPS,
Said
and
14 is
this
gonna keep
goes
going.
across all of the jobs within this role.
Yeah, it's gonna probably be like another 2 years before we get another
between the physical
expansion.
and
Oh, yeah,
magical damage
100%.
attributes of weapons.
Well, they said endwalker. The
will be
base
at
game
the
of
same,
endwalker is the
and then,
end of this whole arc.
Yeah, it's just similarly to
After
what we
like the
explained about
patch
how
notes is a brand new story that they're gonna
bolstering
start.
the physical
So we get to
damage
level
calculation
100, baby.
numbers.
Well, no, the patch
でまあ
notes.
それぞれが
So
大きく
endwalker,
進
the
化
base
している
game,
感じなので、まあこの後説明し
that
ていきま
will
す。
be the end of the whole arc.
And each
So
job is just-
6.1 and
they have been
on is a
updated
brand new story they're gonna
accordingly,
start up.
in a fairly orthodox manner.
It's just
So,
we're gonna
It's
buy
not gonna be
Final
like-
Fantasy 14 online too.
each
No.
individual
So like the last expansions usually ends at like 0.3 patches. It doesn't. in this
Yeah.
one.
ダメージ軽減系の、バフですね。パーティ
So
ー
this
バ
is
フ
gonna be completely
は
new
3ジョブ
experience.
ともリキャストが90秒
So I wonder what the new
になってます
classes would be then.
I don't know.
Probably
What
give us
else.
a
There's
new
one
tank.
Additional point
No.
that
Or
applies
probably a new
across
range. Yeah, probably
the
range
physical
DPS for
range
sure.
DPS jobs is that any sort of buffs that mitigate
Well, it
damage.
could be, it could be a tank
um,
range
the
DPS.
recast
That's it.
timer
I don't get why
has
any of
been,
the
adjusted
range
to
DPS
90
have mana when they
seconds.
don't use mana. They use
さあで
TP,
は銀融詩人からいきましょう。
which was a thing in the older game until they
Okay,
removed
so
it.
jumping right
Bard.
into Bard.
Dude, I want to see a crossbow
Hi.
class,
どうぞ。
but hunter.
Bard gets a
まず
ability where they
既
get
存
to
3
shoot
種類の戦火アクシ
each
ョ
of
ン
the
から
three
発
songs
生
will
する
make a
パ
new
ーティ
available
ーバ
action
フアクション
applied, a
を追
party-wide
加しております。
enhancement. Oh!
Says
They're making
eight
bards
of the
be
three
more
songs
supportive again.
will make
Hell
available a
yeah.
new action that applies a party-wide enhancement.
まあ歌によるね支援を結構リクエ
Yeah,
スト
is
さ
Bard
れる
actually
機
a
会が
bard
多か
now
った
instead
の
of
で、
something that
既
shoots,
存
you
3つの
know, a
戦
bow and
火ア
arrow,
ク
which
ション
still
から
makes
発
no
生し
fucking
て
sense to
効
me.
果内容がねこう
I should be out there with my
上昇してい
flute
くみ
going
たいな
tooly
パー
tooly
ティーが
tweet instead
追
of
加してます
shooting arrows at shit.
Yeah.
So of course, there has been a lot of feedback.
Okay, they're
and
making Bard's
requests
songs do shit again because
for more
apparently
abilities
Valor
that would
only gives
allow
you a
for,
plus
like,
1%
support
to your
using
DPS.
songs.
So it's like, what the fuck's the
And
point of
so
playing
we wanted
Valor?
to take the existing 3 songs that the Bard has in its kit and kind of add a sort of party buff and something that would
Bard is
enhance
just poop
its
right now.
effect.
でまあエーペックスアローから発生する新アクションが追加されてたり
Apex
します
arrow.
And then a new action will be available upon execution of Apex Arrow.
If they made another range DPS, what do you think it would be? Like weapon wise? I think crossbow is definitely possible. No idea what the class would be called, but
And then other adjustments include
What other
Wanderer's
range
Minuet
weapons would be
and
cool,
Battle
though?
Voice recast timers have been adjusted to match 120 seconds.
could they do
and,
spears? Or
other
is that
various
considered lancer though?
adjustments have been made.
あちょっと待ってね
Javelins? Javelins maybe?
Sorry, one moment.
Box, what other weapons could they use as a range?
Boomerang.
True. True.
Well, I mean, look at
'Cause they got
Yuffie
Yuffie,
from
I was gonna
Final.
say.
Yeah, Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII.
That'd be kind of
If they
cool.
made a fucking boomerang into Yuffie's like ninja job with the boomerang
That is possible.
into
で続い
in a thing,
て
I would
コメント
fucking
でも
play it.
変えるとこあんまねえだろうって言われて
Oh,
る
I would
飛行
make
士
that.
This is probably gonna be my
はい
main.
飛行士に行きたいと思います
Shit, what was the other two
Next
things
up
it said
is,
from Bard? I
seeing
didn't
comments
see the
that
other.
involve Machinist. There's really not
Just
much
the
you can
The
change with
AoE buff
Machinist, but we'll
and
talk about the
talk
Machinist
about a
anyway.
new ability.
まあ一つ目機械をモチーフにした新アクション回転のこぎりが追加されてます
Chainsaw. What the fuck?
So the first one, a new mechanically
What?
themed action called Chainsaw.
Yeah,
will
everyone
be
chats like
added.
chainsaw.
であとはですね動画にもありました
Just turn into
オートマ
Doom, you
トン
just
クイ
bring
ーン
in a
に新しい
chainsaw and
攻
start
撃アクシ
revving
ョン
against
が追加
something.
されてます
And
Oh,
then
Automan
this, was
Queen.
in,
What's that?
featured in the video as well, but a new action will be added for the Automaton Queen.
そうですね他だと整備が、
Mac
2チャー
equals
ジの
Doom
アク
guy,
ショ
hell
ンに
yeah,
なってます、
And then in other changes, reassemble is now going to be chargeable up to 2 charges.
でこちらはですね管理が必要なので、溢れないように、適時使っていただく必要が出てきます。
And of course, with this ability being charged, you don't want to waste once it's charged up. So please make sure that you are kind of strategically placing it and allowing to build up as needed.
あとは本当主に新技追加で、少ないホットバーで快適っていうところは、変わらない形にしてあります。
What did the Puppet Master quest use?
The rest of the adjustments are primarily just
Puppet Master had a little like puppet that fall around.
Changed the concept of
that was his weapon.
To keep the number
and
of
it could,
abilities that are assigned
either
to
like tank,
range,
or
healer. It was based on what you put it as. It could be a tank, healer, or DPS.
So that's it for the machinists.
I like the job, and I never played for 11. Puppet Master is by far my most favorite job because just you have this little fucker who just do what you. I mean, you still have your abilities, and he would just either be a tank, healer, or DPS. He was just a free pet that just did what you wanted him, or whatever class you put him as.
Weapon skill effects such as Flourishing Cascade will now be shared across single target and AoE skills.
他にはですねどうぞ。この辺のテクニカルフィニッシュ、インプロとかですね、攻めの単語からさらに発生するアクションっていうのが今回追加されています。
They're going pretty fast in the physical range DPS.
Ooh, you get a new action to extend technical finish, improvisation, and devilment. Hell yeah!
踊り子は
Which is your basic step, your 2-step,
そのまま
your other. I don't know what improvisation is because I didn't get that yet. And then devilment is your crit thing.
It does allow for different buffs to be applied, or they allow for applying different buffs to your party members, and so we've kind of kept that direction with the update here.
単体とさっきお話したように単体と範囲で面倒だった
管
理を統一してあります。
You can do wands, right?
And then as mentioned earlier,
there's no point on wands
that are applied sometimes.
I don't know what the job would be called, but I'm just thinking like weapon.
Rather a hassle because you had to.
You'd still want a staff as either black mage or white mage.
No, I'm saying as a new job.
Some of the procs that had to be managed.
They added
there's
another spellcaster class.
There'd be nothing to use.
Because
you have blue.
Why
would you want like a wizard class? That would just be.
I don't know, I'm just thinking stuff, man. I'm trying to think of like what weapon types.
Just give me something with a boomerang like Yuffie and I'll be fine. Let's make it range DPS.
That's range DPS. I'm thinking of like another like a magic user.
And so, because we tried to make things,
I don't know. There's really nothing in the world. So I know they made Reaper from scratch because there's not even a thing in any of the games.
Previously, whenever you were doing a single target attack and your hotbar switched to the different step actions, and you'd have to switch over because AOE does not have that kind of simplicity. We actually updated it so that you don't have to worry about it with the AOE attacks.
That's the one problem, man.
Just make a
where
necromancer
it'll
as a
switch
caster.
into that sort of dance step action mode where the buttons will be replaced by the
but how does that
next
fit in that
steps.
world?
So I think before, if you had sort of had to manage like two separate hotbars for single targets versus
you'd be doing
AOE
pretty much the
attacks,
same thing except for the stand.
Simpler.
Well, no, you wouldn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
You do like skeleton shit. You would do like maybe like poisons.
踊り子本人だけ今回から確率で蓄積じゃなくて本人だけ確定で蓄積するようになっております。はい。
Some people like delete Dancer, but why?
Of course, there's a spirit, which is applied sometimes when
Dancer is fun.
Successful.
You only have to hit 4 buttons, man, and they proc.
Sometimes
you hit one, it procs
yourself,
your 2 button.
At random,
you hit 1 again, then it procs your 3 button and your 2 button. Then if you hit 2 once in a while, proc your 4 button.
It's going to, a spirit is going to build. It'll be guaranteed to build.
大体踊り子そんな感じです。
はい。
Okay, so that's it for the answer.
Crossbow or
シジン
boomerang
が
for
本人に
weapons?
影響がないってやつはね、まだギリまで調整してるん
I'd go
で、
with boomerang.
今はちょっと明言を
Mainly 'cause I
避
like
けさせてほしいです。はい。
I would take either one. I mean, I'd go
People were
crossbow if it
talking
was like a
about
hunter kind of
with
thing,
the
but
bard, doesn't seem to take any sort of effects on the self.
In
I'm
11,
afraid we are still
Dragoons can
making
summon a little
adjustments
pet
still,
dragon
so,
to help them fight.
I can't
yeah.
confirm nor deny on that point.
はい。コメントでごねればいけるかって書いてますけど、ごねって
Oh,
も無理だ
dude, you know what they could
そういう
do
問題じゃない。
そう僕ら別に
as a
そういうの
range
で調整してるわけじゃない
DPS physical range.
Some people are
They
commenting
can
that
throw
maybe we
blitz
can
ball at
negotiate
people.
by
Oh my
commenting.
god, it'd just be
I think it's a
Waka
little
hell
too late
yeah.
for that. That's not what we're what we base our decisions on.
I would play
I'm
that
sorry.
job.
違うんですよ。なんかコメントでね、
That's why I
詩
think
人
a
だけな
Final
んでって
Fantasy
言われる
class
んですけ
stuff
ど、
like, oh, yeah.
そこの火力上げると全体を落とさなきゃいけなくなっちゃうので、別に全体バランスから知ってるんですよね。踊り子もね、本体火力もっと低いわけで、はい、そこはバランスなのでご容赦ください。はい。
And I do see that people are commenting on, oh, why is it just barred? Why? It's not fair. But I mean, this affects the damage that is being dealt, and we do need
So
to
in
look
chat,
at it
can we use a
from
blitz ball as
a balance perspective.
as a weapon, like Waka?
We also made adjustments to the dancer too, where some of the damage has been sort of adjusted as well. So please understand.
Need a Walker class.
はい。では次いきますよ。
行きましょう。
はい。
Magical range DPS.
Okay, moving forward or moving on.
遠隔魔法 DPS ですね。
Black Mage, Red Mage, and
こちら
no.
共通項はですね、シンプ
So
ル
I'm
に
guessing
アドルのお話で、
okay, let's say
アドル
the
にも
next expansion
さっ
after
き
endwalker would
牽制
probably
に
be a tank and
魔法ダメージ軽減の効果を少しつけますよと言ったの
Whether
と
it be magic
今度は逆でアドルには、物理ダメージの減少効果を少しだけ、入れることにしました。
It's got a healer in it melee.
So with magical ranged DPS, of course there is the major change would be to add-on, kind of similar to what we've done with Feint, where it adds just a little bit of magic damage mitigation or reduction. With Addle, it'll allow for just a little bit, but some reduction of damage in physical attack.
さあでは各ジョブの話に移っていこうと思います。
はい。
まず黒魔導士です。
So going into the individual jobs,
Seems good on
first is
magical
the
like
Black
DPS, like
Mage.
throwing flasks or something.
まず一番でかい変更点がですね、エノキアンが特性に変わりました。アストラルファイヤーかアンブラルブリザード中が付与されれば自動的に、エノキアンも発動するようになっています。
So I think one of the most major changes is that Enochian will be a trait that is automatically applied while under the effect of astral fire or umbral ice.
ここはちょっと悩まなかったわけではないんですけど、やっぱりこれが分かりにくさをさらに生んでたり、
Black Mage.
なんだろう、プレイヤーの間のこう火力差を結構生んじゃってたので、ここはそうすることにしました。はい。
And this was actually a very hard decision, or like it did require a lot of thinking, because while it was it was causing a disparity with the player's skill. So we decided that we were going to make the update.
で特定の状況で続いてるんですけど、
Beastmaster.
アストラルファイヤーとアンブラルブリザードを切り替える、さらに特定の条件がある中でアストラルファイヤーとアンブラルブリザードを切り替えると発動できる、すごい魔法が。
They could do a Beastmaster.
合わさって最強に見える。
People have been wanting that as a tank job.
You can see that as the next
And
tank.
under certain conditions, swapping
Or
between
Geomancer
astral
for,
fire, umbral ice
magic.
will make new actions available. One of which is a fairly cool looking. It looks like a combination of fire and ice, kind of a spell.
まあ黒魔同士はやっぱり侍同様にピュア DPS としてまあ戦闘進化してます。蘇生も持ってません。
はい
はい。
And with the Black Mage, of course, kind of like the Samurai, we wanted to kind of evolve it as a pure DPS. Of course, no raise capabilities.
でやっぱりさっきお話したようにね、初心者の方にも軽く格差がちょっとね広がりやすかったので、エノキアンを特性化してます。
And of course, going back to Enochian, it was quite hard to grasp for certain players, especially those who are unfamiliar with the different the Black Mage actions. And it did cause a disparity between the damage dealt. So we have decided to change Enochian to be a trait.
他にはですね、ファイガプロックとかサンダープロックの継続時間、プロックの継続している時間ですね、を伸ばしてあるので、まあ、ちょっと折り返しでやらなきゃいけないこと今回増えてるので、その分サンダープロックの継続時間を伸ばしたりしてます。この辺小手先のテクニックが必要になってるので、お試しください。
That would still just be red mage.
And then the proc.
That would still just be red
Well,
mage.
I'm just looking at all the Final Fantasy classes they've had in games, and that's one of them.
Or I'm sorry, Fire 4?
It goes into.
I mean, that would technically just be red mage, but with all the sword abilities it has.
It looks like it has a wolf pet though with it that they use.
Has been extended.
I don't
because, it helps.
So far, the only jobs they kind of made out of nowhere was Reaper.
And
well, no, this was not. This is not out of nowhere. This is in a Final Fantasy game.
No, I'm saying like the only job I know that they made out of nowhere is Reaper.
Like Geomancer definitely could be one.
Because like DK is not technically a tank, because in 11 it was a DPS job.
It helps with
Time Mage could be one.
If these procs are on a bit longer, so that there's room to kind of make use of that.
I would like actually the Musketeer would be kind of cool with a wolf pet.
Yeah, it uses like gunpowder rifles.
Also, it'd just be Gunbreaker.
probably different.
半焼きのローテーションが変わります。はい。
And then Fire 2 and Blizzard
Puppet Master is on there.
Is going
Puppet
to
Master
have
is still
like
far
a
my
one
favorite.
step higher
11
to that,
job.
so that your AOE rotation will change.
Beastmaster.
ついに魚が登場するのかっていう。
It's a job people have been begging for, so they might in the future. Because Yoshi said he'd like to, it's just they don't know how to actually make it into this game.
Well, they got a lot more people playing. They got a lot more money coming. They could probably get her done.
Yeah, but Yoshi says he fucking hates anything that has a pet.
Yeah,
Because they're really hard to
but
balance.
Yoshi loves the fans.
So you gotta understand.
Yeah, so if
Japanese names, and you may
if
be
we screech
familiar
enough,
with
he'll try to
those,
find a way to
like
get it.
Fai turns into Fai Ra, Fai Da,
Right, enough talking about Black Mage. Go on red.
We have different tiers,
Which is a job I
and
should actually be
different,
living because it's one reason.
suffixes that we put in the Japanese language, and once you get
fun thing is, main reason I wanted to play 14 was to play Red Mage. Get the game.
And
we don't even level
had
Red
to bring
Mage.
it up to the Final Fantasy brand committee and make sure that they're kosher with it, and we had to like debate about this.
だって魔法の系統を増やすってだって FF の歴史上結構重要なわけですよ。で結果、現委員長の北さんが、そこまで行くの14ぐらいだからもうお医者さんは思い切って作っていいよって言われて
マジか。
And you know, because the franchise is very, we have a long running history, and having that sort of
People are just screaming
additional
Bazinga.
tiers to these magic spells is actually a big deal, because it's kind of breaking history. But the current sort of brand executive, Mr. Kitase, was very kind to say, well, the only people who go a higher tier beyond what was already established is 14. So, Mr. Yoshida, I will trust it. I will trust your judgment to come up with a nice suffix.
そう言われた私、日和りまして。
そうでしょ。
い きおりまして、今回ファイラの上位はハイファイラ。
Black Mage has been part of Final Fantasy for so long.
But that
What?
that
Black
made
Mage has
me
been a part of
scared
Final
on the-
Fantasy for so long.
It just freaked me out at the
Since like the first game.
on the flip side. So I went with high fire. In
まあいずれ数字だけなんで、まあどっかで踏んでなきゃいけないですけど、
I
今
love
回
using
じゃ
them
なく
in
ていい
Final
の
Fantasy Tactics. It was really fun.
Speaking of which, I need to go finish playing Final
one of
Fantasy
these days,
15
yes, we will
because
eventually have to expand further out in our tiers, and we will
actually I
have
should
to
also
come up
play
with a
Final
nice
Fantasy
sort of
Type Zero.
suffix to
I
add on
bought it
here.
from
but this
when
time,
our family video was
I
dying,
kind of chickened
and I
out.
never actually played it. I played the demo.
みんなね、見損なったぞよ。
Oh, that's one job.
ひよってんなとか結構
So
コメ
in
ントあ
Final
るんですよ。
Fantasy Type Zero,
でも僕がね、
the main character you play as, he uses
会
cards,
魚ってしたとしますよ。
but
そしたら
not like how
魚
Astral
とかで
Loading,
すからね。
not how Astral Loading works. He
No, he
basically
throws
throws
them.
them
Yeah.
like Gambit.
And I saw
Yeah.
And they
comments
do
on the
abilities
Japanese
based
side,
on where you
"Oh,
threw it."
chickened out,
That's one of my
you should,
favorites in that game. It's really fun to play. You can teleport
and
let
shit.
me- To be fair, like if we
I
add,
should
like,
play that.
say,
Like I said, I only played the demo. I bought it for like less than $10.
Anything that's like a tier 4 or tier 5
And I know
Magic
nothing
is
of Type
going to be
Zero.
like
I like the
pure
combat and
guilt.
stuff. I think it's pretty fun.
You know?
Story's alright.
そうなんですよ。まあなんで
I heard
the-
the story. Yeah,
ちょ
like
っと
everyone liked the
gameplay
combat.
is-
From what I heard, the story was kind of like
考えました
meh.
なるほど。
The gameplay is pretty fun
無駄
though.
に落としておきました
There's a spear guy in there that I like playing it.
So after much thought, we have decided to settle on that.
あとはまあまあちょっと話を黒魔同士に戻すと激星魔が2スタックの
So there's gonna be 19
チャージ
classes
アクショ
now.
ンだってで30秒でチャージするんでこれも結構腕に差が出てくるかな使いどころって感じですね。はい。
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, it buffered again, so I thought my router was killing itself again.
And I'm sorry, there is another charge action for Black Mage that
Charge
has
action.
been added. Another charge has been added to that stack.
ゴレンマは一応言ってみたんだけど却下されました。
And then there was comments about well, what about an additional like a multiple casts, like a five consecutive casts, and I proposed the idea, but it was rejected.
まあでも黒はタイムラインに合わせていく面白さが一番面白いところだと思ってるので、そこはそのまま残した感じです。一緒に苦労していきましょう。
Oh, Yoshi.
But with sorry, going back to what Yoshida-san said about Gekisima, that's Sharp
seriously, they've
Cast.
been
Sharp
talking
Cast
about Black
has
Mage
an
for so
additional
fucking long. Move on.
charge now with the update. But in any case, with Black Mage, it is trying to match your different spells according to the timeline.
That's
of
just
the
funny because
battle.
Yoshi
So,
P, they're like,
that challenge still
Yoshi was like,
remains, and
well,
I
can we
think
make
it
Black
still,
Mage stronger?
sort of lives
That's
up
5
to
consecutive
that.
casts.
さ
They're
あでは
like,
続い
no.
てのジョブ赤魔同士に行こうかなと
Yoshi
思い
P
ま
trying
す。
to make
はい
it.
Okay, next item is the Red,
Red
Mage.
Mage.
赤魔同士
People just want to see the summoner thing.
まず1個目、スコーチから派生する新アクショ
I
ン。
wanted to know about the Red Mage because there was some shit I didn't understand in the video.
First one is a new
Mainly it's
action
by
will
far
be
my
available
favorite
upon
magical
execution
DPS.
of Scorch.
Besides
I think you've
Sum-
noticed
well,
that
actually, no, I
in
do love
the
Summoner.
Video.
であと
People
です
keep
ね
spamming this random like
次の
dude doing the
バル
worm
フレア
out.、
ダルフォーリー、スコーチを範囲攻撃に変更してあります。なので範囲ローテーションからも発動できるという
Change to
感じにな
AoEs.
ってます。はい。
Ver Flare and
And then
Ver
the
Holy are
second
now
thing is
AoEs
Ver
instead of a
Flare,
single
Ver
target
Holy,
ability.
And Scorch
It's
will
AoE
change to
rotation.
AoEs
Yeah,
available as
that's a
part
big
of
improvement,
AoE
'cause
rotation.
Those were all single target, well, except for Scourge.
で、あとはです
Oh, no, it was-
ね、
yeah, Scorch was as well.
ちょっと防御バフの結
Well,
構
time to level
変わっている
Red
ようです
Mage.
Defense party wine enhancement.
結構強いなと思ったんですけど、これが入って割とね、サポート側により
Oh, that's what
イメ
that
ージ
big
が
barrier
して
thing
る感
was.
じですね。
And then the third point is a defensive
For protect.
party-wide enhancement
Everyone's
will
screeching
be
chat,
added.
protect,
I think it's
protect.
pretty powerful. So you can also help out in a support sort of way.
その名もアマジック。
アマジック。
アマジッ
ほう。
クのが追加されてま
From
す。
magic.
It's music.
英語名調査中です。
まあもう
President started playing the twinning.
あじゃないバでバマジックごめんね その丸くて。あ。
Magic barrier.
英語は普通です。配りやかい。
Oops.
Magic
We
barrier.
were expecting something like burn magic or something like that.
ですね、赤魔同士細かくいろいろ調整されてます。新魔法の追加はもちろんなんですけど、大きいのはですね、ウェポンスキルである魔法剣各種、ブラックマナ、ホワイトマナの消費量が減ってます、今回。
So with the Red Mage, there are a lot of granular changes that have updates that have been made. Of course, we have added new spells.
Red Mage looks pretty fun to play
we have
too.
Also,
I've heard good things about it.
Adjusted
Well, how to
the
play?
weapon
Like you have to have like pretty much
skills,
your
and the different
one
sort of,
for like 4, either from like your shift
the
or your control.
magic sword,
just to be your
the
sword
black
combo.
mana and the white mana.
Have everything else around it because it gets
amount
kind of
has,
crazy.
Been reduced.
で、マナフィケーションを使ったら、もうそのマナフィケーション1回分で、フルコンボまでいけるようになってるので。
I did read it earlier. People are like, I can't wait for the 2-hour presentation with all the classes.
And then with manification, you are able to do like one combo with it. So the burst that you can have at the start of a battle definitely is.
It's kind of crazy. This is not even the full list of
ただまあ
additions.
そのままだと魔法剣の回数が上がり
These
す
are
ぎ
only
て、
examples
それ
box.
はそれでキャスターっぽくなくなっちゃうので、各魔法を使
I
った
mean,
時の
just be
ホワイトマ
for
ナとブラ
heal
ックマナ
or
の
for
増
flare
加量っていう
for
のを
holy and
下げる
scorch
こ
all
とに
being
よって、
AoEs.
全体の頻度は
That's a big
変わらない
improvement
よ
to
う
Red
にして
Mage
ます。
alone.
But that being said,
Nice
if
stream
it's
already.
done as is, of course,
Mine?
No, mine.
No.
the spell blade frequency
No,
Someone just
like
posted
actual
a
stream.
lot. So
Oh.
we made it so that we adjusted the white mana and the black mana, like the increase of those two different manas.
で、なのでまあ魔法剣の
It's
頻
like
度が上が
pure.
り
Oh yeah,
す
it's
ぎる
probably
っていうこと
charter
は
because they always
まあ
do
も
this
ちろん
shit
ない。
around midnight.
ただマナフィケーション使うと一気に増えるし、まあ溢れさせることもない。
Ah, Friday night though.
こんな感じで。
Same.
はい。
So hopefully this doesn't make it so that the spell blade frequency goes like way too much. But still with the manification, we do have the mana kind of filling up, and you should hopefully not waste the mana that is accumulated.
でですね、ステージによってまあ使いづらいというのと、まあフィードバックも多数あったの
Brian
で
from Work the
ようやく
Games.
かって言われるとは思ってるんですけど、でプラスマンとアンガジマンの威力が同じになったので、
Are they
必要
talking
か
about
そうじゃないかで使い分けてください。
なるほど。
はい。
No, it's
And then,
next. Summoner's
of
next.
course,
Okay.
there was quite a lot of feedback about this. And,
Rich is gonna be, but I don't think
mention
Rich is
about how
watching it because
it's,
he doesn't want to spoil.
difficult to use at times. So the placement as well as
But so far, there's nothing to be spoiled. It's just classes.
So live letters, you just go with silver or what's training for the jobs and such.
The potency of these two will become the same.
他にはエンボルデンのリキャは120秒で、マナフィケーション110秒っていう感じ。
Almost 1 o'clock
まあ
though.
そこ
Holy
は
crap.
エンボルデン書いてない。
I honestly
I
thought
don't know.
I thought it was gonna be like an hour or
And Embolden,
two.
No, these are
the
normally,
cast timer
like,
is
always, like,
120
4 hours.
seconds, and then manification
Which is good. I
is
think it's really cool.
110. So Embolden should not have been changed.
いや、コメントでね、なんかデプラス芸人はじゃあどうしたらいいんだよって、そんなのあれですよ、アンガジェマンのアクション入れなきゃいいんですよ。デプラスにこだわりがあるなら。
The people who are complaining about like what displacement.
People just
and
make- they're
engagement
just keep
and
posting a
swapping between
giant,
and choosing the
dong
proper one.
Mhm.
Well, if you
chat,
are
and the mods are not
particular
doing anything about it.
placement, just use the placement then.
はい。
People are still bitching about
仲間同士
Scholar
こんな感じでございます。
so that covers
Scholar
the
is
red
fun.
mage.
It's like you know what
さ
you're
あ、そ
doing.
して、
It's
ほ
not
ぼ
like a.
新
It's
ジョ
not
ブ
meant
に
for
なっ
healing.
た
It's
召
meant for
喚
mitigating.
師をご紹介します。
Summoner.
And the next up
Summoner.
is, I think it's changed to basically a new job, and that is our summoner.
もうほぼ新ジョブだとすいません思っていただければと思います。
But again, yeah, if you could look at this from a completely new perspective, it's changed quite a lot. So I think you can consider this a new job almost.
まずはというわけでジョブのメカニクスを大幅にリニューアルしております。
Of course. So that being said, significant
So you
changes
changed the
to
job
job
mechanics.
mechanics.
You're
has been made.
goddamn right.
さらにですね
That's a huge
ドッ
difference.
トが全部なくなりました。
And then all actions applying damage over time will be removed.
What?
新生14以降ですね。
What?
これは召喚師ではない
Summoners don't supposed to be known as the dot boy.
ついにドットが全部なくなります。
People in chat, my dots.
Since A Realm Reborn, a lot of people were saying this is not a summoner, it's just a dot placer. And so we've removed it.
Pretty much that is true. You had like one pet out,
そ
and
して
you
です
just
ね、
throw your
では
dots
な
and
い
just spam your one attack over and over again until you had to put your dots back on. That's pretty much how its summer feels like
Is
right now.
able to summon Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan, and not just Eggies.
ただこれですね、イフリートルビー、タイタントパーズ、ガルー
Needs
ダエメラルド。
Eggies when you got fucking Garuda, Titan,
バン
Ifrit.
シン読んじゃいけないからね、そんな気軽にね。
なるほど
14の場合ね。なんでまあ
All
そ
actions
こに
applying
その
damage
力
over time will be removed? What?
うん。
Yeah, they're taking away the
No, no,
dots
no.
since you're able to summon the
But
The
that being
primals
said,
now.
These are
'Cause
Ifrit, Ruby, Titan.
back in the old days,
Topaz,
that's
and
all summoner was.
Garuda
You just
Emerald.
really threw your dots
we are
on
not
and then just
literally
Yeah,
calling
just
for
kind of warlock.
these primals, of course,
you just
because
kind
it's
of
too
you know
dangerous.
let
in the
your
World of
pet
Warcraft to be
slap at it
summoning
while you
primals.
hit one
So the
damaging
concept
ability.
is we are sort of
And now they got rid of all that to summon the
energy, so to
primals
speak,
now.
into these different sort of jewels.
Yeah,
so to
everyone's like
speak, and
Pokemon.
sort of calling those
Oh my god,
forth.
this is
で
So-
その
Thurgate, what's the dot class
3
then?
番神
Or
there is no dot class.
本人
Maybe
召
they'll come
喚
out
師
with
本
them
人
later
に
because
得
that,
てる
that's definitely an
属性が
archetype.
付与されるので、
はい
その力で召喚師自体のモードが変わるようなイメージになってます。
なるほど。
By summoning these different
yeah, there is no dot
summons,
class anymore. Like,
the
there's no point of summoner having that many dots when it's supposed to be a job based
will
around
gain
pets.
the sort of elemental ether and sort of switch into
Everyone's making
different
memes
modes.
about the scholar.
で、ですね、まあ、まずやっぱり召喚師っていうイメージに沿うように今回本当に大幅に、変
What are
更
those
させていただ
elemental
きました。
properties? So they're switching to like elemental, huh?
So with this
Yeah.
update, we really
You're
tried
pretty much a
to
primal
bring
summoner now.
out that sort of feel
Interesting.
Of a traditional summoner.
で、流れなんですけど、
People
まあ、
just
デミバ
keep
ハム
posting
ートを
donk
召
and
喚
mods
す
are
ると、
not doing anything about it.
まあ今まではデミバハムート召喚、フェニックス召喚、なんかこうダウンタイム、なんかもうひたすらルイ打つしかねえみたいな、ルインジャーみたいな状態だったのが、
はい
大きく変わります。
Hmm.
So in terms of the rotation or the flow of the summoner, of course, up until now, you would have called forth the Demi Bahamut, and then it goes away, and then you call forth
Got a bunch
the
of Pokemon.
Phoenix, and then you have some downtime where you're just
So miniature your
casting
combos, throw your
Ruin
dots on
or
some
Ruin
Bahamut.
3, or like just
Use
doing
your
that until
your dragon
you've
flare thing, and then have
accumulated
Bahamut use his ability
to-
before he
to
went
summon
away,
them again.
and then redo all that over
で
again to summon
デミバハムートをま
Phoenix.
ず呼ぶと、
うん
属性エーテルを3
It's
つ
not really that
もらう
rewarding.
ので、
はい。
その力を属性エーテルを使って
Ifrit
さっき言った
Garuda.
イフリート、ルビー、タイタン
So pretty much you're gonna be able to get all the Eggies still, which are, you know, the normal carbuncles. You can get the primals now, and you still
And
get
so
Bahamut
with
and the
this
Phoenix.
updated flow, of course, you
So
will call
if
forth
we're
the
three new
Bahamut,
summons.
and then you
Yeah.
will
Which are replacing the
obtain
whole
this elemental
thing with
property, so to
the
speak,
dots.
and then you will be able to summon
They're gonna have to make a
Ifrit,
dot
Ruby,
class
Titan
now.
Topaz, Garuda Emerald,
dots aren't
and
really
then
that
you would
important.
fight
To be honest.
using the
And MMOs there.
elemental properties of
Not in
those
this one.
different.
What do you mean?
Those
It's
different
been in
summons.
this MMO.
で、その後フェニックスを召喚すると、
Yeah,
フェニッ
but
クスから
doesn't
ま
mean
た
they're not gonna make a
メン
new
テルを
class
もらえる
about
ん
it
で
though.
また3種を使ってという
Maybe
の
we'll
が
make Plague
No,
Doctor.
no,
I
一
don't
連の
know.
流れになります。
And once you've depleted those three,
Calling it
and
next
then
next
you
class for
would
the next
call forth
expansion
the
is gonna be a
Phoenix,
dot class.
then you
Calling
would
it right
receive
now.
again
Flip it.
3 elemental properties, and
Approximately
then
in
you were
3
able
years.
to summon these.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a
3,
while before we get anything.
Well, I think they
what
do every
do.
2
I don't
years.
want to call them primals, but they're
Yeah.
they're the summons.
So,
that you can
and-
I think they got the same
utilize
WoW
those 3
schedule in a
elemental
way.
properties
I think it's
again.
every 2 or 3.
で、イフリート、タイタン、ガルーダってどの順番で呼んでもいいです。
What do you mean? WoW's not
で
gonna
それ
be
ぞれ
around
召喚士に付与される特徴が違う
Yeah, but
の
I'm
で、
using an
僕のタイ
example
ムラインに合
that
わせて
they do
先
every
に
2
これは
years.
タイタンから行こうとか。
Blizzard has officially
っ
died.
ていうのを考える余地としての入ってます。
Insert the milk in the middle.
And of
The
course, we
future's
have
now,
these
old man.
3, Ifrit,
It's all about
Titan,
14.
and Garuda,
Yeah.
but there's no specific order that you need to call them.
We
for.
played
So
14.
depending
Long
on
have
the
we
battle
waited, now
timeline,
get you
you can
paid.
choose.
Oh, jeez.
Let's say you want to do Titan first, you can do that.
could
I'm
finally
excited
or,
for
see that.
Ashes of
yeah, you
Creations,
can
but that's not gonna come out for
quickly,
like
or
another
you
5
can, you
years.
can be flexible within.
I'm
between those
excited to
3.
just shoot lasers and then make sure
で、
or let you die
置
because
き
you
換え
don't.
アクションを駆使した結果、
Sage is not a healer
COI
job.
コ
It's
ン数
just
は激減
shoot
しました。
lasers.
And then also part of the adjustment was
Yep,
to kind
goodbye,
of consolidate
Sayak,
some of
which
these
is your
actions.
really crappy heal on
and so the icons that are being used in your hotbar will be quite significantly condensed because
Well, get my new
these will switch
PayPal
out
card here
depending on the different actions that you're taking.
で、めちゃくちゃ悩んだ末に、
はい。
リザレクは残しました。
Wait, what do you need a new PayPal card for?
And then so
Oh, 'cause
after
it's expiring.
a lot
Oh.
of debate and a lot of discussion, we did decide that we will keep.
Yo, why didn't you just
Resurrection.
get paid with a check from Twitch?
直しましたよ。
はい。
It only takes another like 2 or 3 weeks till it gets to you.
買ったのになくなんのかよって言われる。
So I was looking at Twitch affiliate stuff to see how you can get paid. So it's like, you know, either eBank or PayPal or like, you know, actually, you know,
And,
having
with
the routing number to
significant
your bank.
change to Summoner and,
But also getting a
you know,
paper
people are
check is an
being-
option.
I don't know if people would be
Mm.
shocked.
It's
with
like
the
that
changes,
takes
but,
the
like,
longest
on
because it
top
takes
of
about
that,
like 2 to
having
3
Resurrect,
weeks.
Yeah.
being
Like, I'll be
Resurrection
fine
being
with that.
removed,
I'd
people
rather
might
do that than having
really
to get my
get
routing
upset.
number again.
So it lived by the skin of
Honestly,
its teeth.
PayPal's pretty easy.
Resurrection is still
I
there.
don't even know how to use PayPal. That's one reason why.
Just goes
Physic
into
too.
a digital
But
bank.
it's kind of stayed behind too.
You get a card for it.
さあ、じゃあもうわから
How
ん。
do I
that
take
money on
said
the
money
card.
out of the
どうかな
bank?
と思います。
Huh?
How do I take
And I'm
money
sure
out of the
people are
digital
wondering,
bank so I can
well,
get
put it
a
in my
I
actual
don't
PayPal
bank?
card.
understand with all these words. So
Oh.
Well, if you want an
let's look
actual
at it
bank,
on
then
the
you
gameplay
just
screen.
put it on your PayPal account to connect
よ
it
ろしい
to
どう
your
ぞ。
banking.
はい、お願いします。
And you just transfer it.
I meant just keep it
Oh,
on
Sage
the,
time?
the- Oh,
No. What is it? What's Sage?
it's a
Is it?
Lalafell.
No, it's Summoner. He's
Summoner. I was gonna say, don't you see the fucking carbuncle?
召喚士です。
I was distracted by the horn though.
That's what summoners wear. I don't get why. I mean, it's stupid of why they have that.
しておいていいですか？
はい。
And before we dive into actual gameplay, I would like to talk about Eggy glamours actually.
ですね。
Oh, Iggy
今回
Glamours.
まあ呼べる
We're getting new
召喚獣
glamours?
が増えるということで、すべ
Talk
て
about
の
it.
召喚獣に対してまずサイズの変更ができるようになってます。
And so, with the number of summons you can call for, we have made some adjustments, one of which is to change its display size.
ただこれあくまで自分から見た時のなので、術者というよりは周りの人がやらなきゃいけないので、それは変わってません。
But that only affects you as the person like calling forth these summons. So yeah, it only affects how you are able to view these.
Feel bad, man.
で
Goodbye, dots.
まあ今
I guess
実はここ
Black
に
Mage
カバンが出てるん
technically
です
sells
け
dots.
ど、
はい。
召喚師自身のレベルが上がっていくと、ここがイフリートエギになったりするんで
I
すけ
mean,
ど、
White Mage has a dot.
僕はカーバンクルの方が可愛くて好きなので、
They're still
これ
dots, it's
エギ
just
ミラプリしてあります、カーバンクル。
Summoner was the dot job. Well, it had
So
two
of course,
dots.
With the
Then you had an
right now
ability
we
that
see
made like a
the
cloud of smoke that allows you, or poison
appearing
cloud that
on
transfers all your
the
dots to other
screen,
people.
Yeah.
But you may be familiar as the player character goes up, this Eggy would turn into like an Ifrit. But then right now I like the look of Carbuncle, so I have glamored it to a Carbuncle.
Yeah, all mine are
まあでも
glamour to
そんな
carbuncles
もんですかね。
because I really hated the way Ifrit and Titan of them look.
Alright, show us the Big Bang.
まあ呼びますよね。
はい、バハム
There it is.
バハムット出ましたね。
It's tiny.
Oh, it's a little tiny Bahamut.
We have summoned the Demi Bahamut.
Small Bahamut.
3つわかります？この鎖につながってますけど、
はい、
はい解放されました。で、
うん
こうなるとこの3つのバンシンが呼べるようになります。
はい
どれからでもいいです。
Yeah, but how long do they
And
last
then,
out
of
there?
course, with that, you get the elemental properties. I hope you can see it under
Oh,
the
Ifrit.
gauge. There's like 3 jewels kind of chained up, and now those have been unlocked. And so that shows that you are able to summon Ifrit, Titan, or Garuda.
で呼び出すとエーテルが付与されて
うん
カウントダウンが始まります。で2スタックのアクションが付与されているのでイフリートの技を使います。
なるほど。
So once you call forth these elemental primals, you do get that sort of ether applied to you, and then you see that there's a 2-stack action, and so you are able to execute.
Summoners
Ifrit's
becoming
actions.
melee now? What the fuck?
これ今のはイフリートのエーテルをもらったので、
はい
栄唱時間が長い代わりに強力な炎の魔法が2発使える。であと突進と追撃っていう攻撃が、使えるようになります。
So wait,
イフリー
Eggy
ト
no
の能
longer
力として
attacks?
はい。
And so we were looking at Ifrit's actions, but with the elemental properties or ether obtained from Ifrit, while cast time is long, it is a very powerful fire-based spell that you can cast. And then there's also like a
So what's the
rush
fucking
sort
point of Iggy
attack
out
that
if
you
it
can
doesn't
do,
do
and this
anything
is,
more?
The Ifrit actions that is available.
What do you mean?
でここはやっぱり栄
It
唱が
wasn't
必要
attacking
な
when he
ア
was
クションになって
attacking
る
it.
ので、
It was just standing there.
ギミック処理をしなきゃいけないタイミングで
You might
イ
have
フ
took
リ
it
ー
off
トを呼ん
though,
でしまう
just
と
to show other
ロ
things.
スになるので、
うんうんうん
他のものにしましょうとか動かなくていい時にイフリートを使うようにしようとかそのあたりはうまく考
Yeah,
え
you
て
could
い
be
ただ
right,
けれ
because
ばいい。
like, it'd be pretty stupid.
So this
This is
kind of
shown
ties
in the
into what you
primal
mentioned
stuff.
about timelines, but with Ifrit's action, one of this requires
Well, you're not really
for you to
summoning them. They
cast,
come in,
and
they
it's
do
a
their
fairly
ultimate
long
attack,
cast
and then they
time.
just
So
kind of
say
bugger
you're
off.
in some
Yeah.
kind of fight
It's
where
nothing-
there's a mechanic
it's
where you
cool,
have
but
to
it's
move,
just like-
then you would lose
Wouldn't it be better
the
to like be able to
opportunity
summon
cast
like
the
one
magic.
for a little
So,
bit and have it attack?
Perhaps
This is-
And it
you
goes
want
away.
to time
This
it
is like
so
the
that
traditional
you
thing
are
that
you don't
summoners do in
need
Final
to move
Fantasy, right?
around to process some kind of mechanic, or you'd have
A
to
lot of the other
be
Final Fantasy games.
pretty mindful of when
I
you
guess.
activate these.
My Twitch just goofed up and said I had no one
実際に
online, and now that came back.
召喚をした瞬間インスタントで召喚するんですけど登場した時に利口技を一回バーンってぶっ放してはくれます。
And then, of course, when you are calling forth these summons, it's an instant, but there is usually like a starter move that it unleashes when it's first summoned.
でまあタイタンを呼びます。
Baby Titans.
So now we're calling forth Titan.
うん。
可愛いちっちゃくしてあるんだよこ
I set his size to be small, so
れ。で今タイタン
guys are small.
使えるようになったんでこっちは
おう。
So you summon Titan and then you get
Take a
Titan
look at what
abilities?
you
挟
can
むんですよ。
Yeah. So
And say that if
Mashing
Oh,
from
yeah.
two sides.
でこれは
you see, you're doing his little
回数じゃなくて
clap
時間な
move,
ので
and then
ひ
you
た
do
すら
his big
打ちまくる
slam.
いや
でこれはもう
you
全部
get-
イ
you
ンスタン
gain
トなん
the
で
abilities,
移動がすごい
なる
楽です。
ほどね。
for a
And
certain
with
amount of time.
Titan's
It's
moves,
cool, and all, but like
it's
you're still
actually
not
interesting
technically a
because it's,
summoner. You
within a time
you don't really
section
summon him,
that
you
you
just
can
kinda-
unleash unlimited
here-
numbers
here's a
of
summoner.
times of his moves.
Yeah, but
and
it's like summoning
all
would be actually
instant.
having
So,
No,
a
you
physical
can move around
non-Final
and
Fantasy,
cast at the
man.
same time.
What's her face from
Carbuncles.
Final
Garuda
Fantasy X?
will
Titus's
stop.
woman. She just summons them and they come and do a big attack.
Next up is Garuda.
You don't actually get to have him as a pet.
設置型の
Summons have always
ダ
been
メー
a
ジ
big
効果を
attack.
置きつつ、これはもう
Oh, that's why his carbuncle's not attack. He's got an
Yeah,
移
he's
動
got
力
a
が
buff.
高いです、
Yeah.
相変わらず召喚は。
But with Garuda, hers is more of like a placement damage. And this is also instant. And so you can move around as well. I think Summoner does have like a good
Oh,
bit
he's
of
such a phoenix. That's
mobility.
true.
で、フェ
So
ニックスを
fucking idiot.
召喚するとまた3つ付与されるので、フェニックスが終わったらまた使っていく感じになります。
And then once you've gone through that round, and then you
Fire
call
chicken.
forth the Phoenix,
Fire
you
chicken.
will obtain the 3 elemental properties again, and so you can utilize these elemental primals again.
ちなみにこの3つの、召喚モードは、
はい
やっぱりそのタイムライン内で3つともそうは言っても使わないと軽く出ないので、なんかもうとりあえずタイタンだけ使ってきゃいいやみたいなのやる
Yeah,
と
how
目
come
も
he's
当てら
not
れない
in
ことに
cast
なる
time?
ので、
Someone's right in chat.
で、デミバハムート召喚と、フェニックス召喚の間にやっぱちゃんと使い切らないと、
Yeah, everyone's like, where's the
もったいない
Leviathan
ことになっ
summon?
ちゃうでしょ、リキャストタイ
That's
ム。
next
な
expansion.
のでそこは必ず組み立てが必要になってくるので、
なるほど。
はい。
With these 3 summons that you can do, of course, you need to
Chat.
utilize these in the battle timeline,
Chat's
or
not so
else,
smart
of course,
here.
you won't be dealing very much damage at all.
Why is the
Like,
carbuncle
you
not
can't just
attacking? Because he's
lean
showing
towards,
the
oh, I like using
abilities.
Titan
He's not
only, so I'll
playing.
use Titan only.
He's not trying
Or
to actually play it
you,
all.
you will not be able to deal much damage at all.
It's a showcase.
So whenever you
For
do
now.
cast your Demi Bahamut and the Phoenix and the elemental properties that you attain in between those
This pet bard's
is something
not
that you
even
don't
on
want to put to waste. Make sure that you are utilizing these and sort of building your strategy so that you can utilize those 3 within the recast.
はい。大体そんな感じでございます。かなり試行錯誤して作ったので、いいところにね落ちたのではないかなとは思っておりますが、当然そのドットがなくなった分はね、通常の栄唱火力へ全部持ってってるんで、まあちょっと機動力高いからなって思ったんですけどね、機動力の高さも売りだからな、もともとそこはちょっとやっぱりもともとね召喚が好きで使ってくれてた人ってたくさんいると思うんで、そこまで変えちゃうのはなとか、考えつつ、はいね、また結構栄唱増えるとさ、吉田黒の巻き添えにしやがってって言われたくもあんまないしね。
But
Usually
yeah, with the
rotate all.
summoner,
The
there
summoner's
was a
pretty
lot
cool.
of trial and error and a lot of debates to get it to where we got it. But I think we were able to get it to a good point. Of course, with the removal of all the dots, we did try to skew back to having the summoner have their damage kind of come from the different casting of the not the spells, but like the different summons that you're bringing forth. So, and we also looked at just how mobile the summoner is, but at the same time, it is the charm of a summoner is the mobility of it. So I think we were, and there were people who were choosing the summoner because of such mobility. So that was another point where we had to rack our brains. But we didn't want to make it so that we're
Alright,
casting.
let's talk you summoner, go on to healers.
I can already imagine the comments from players saying, "Oh my gosh, you're turning us into the mod page. Like you're kind of dragging us into this, Yoshida." So I wanted to avoid that as well.
さあでは、以上でキャスターでした。
はい、ありがとうございま
では
す。
最後ヒーラーロールのお話いきましょう。
Healer time.
Okay, next up is the healers.
Like a
Oh,
sage
white
arch.
mages first, then acid religions,
そう
and then
まずヒーラー共
lasers.
通項なんですけど、各ヒーラーに新しい単体バ
Astrologian.
フの付与アクシ
Actions
ョン
hit
を
by
追
single
加
target
しており
buffs
ま
add
す。
to each
単
healer.
体バフですね、これ。
So the first thing is new actions that apply single target buffs will be added to each healer, an emphasis on single target buffs.
でそれからですね、全体的にヒーラーの攻撃魔法の詠唱時間が短くなっております。
It's time for offense supposed to be reduced.
And then overall, we did reduce the cast time for offensive spells.
そしてですね、全ヒーラー待ってた、リミットブレイクの効
So it
果
means I don't
範
have
囲
to
が
sit
で
there
す
for
ね、
almost
50
4
メートル
seconds trying to cast stone or
And then limit break area of effect will be expanded to 50 yalms. And I
yalms.
Foxquan clapping.
50 yalms. Hell
届いてねえ
yeah.
からナイス LB 届いてねえみたいなやつがなくなるんじゃない
これは悲しい。
We will finally avoid situations where people are like, oh yeah, great LB, but I was not in the area of effect.
で、まあ今回その以前からお伝えしていたようにヒーラーロールに関しては賢者を加えた4乗でピュアヒーラーに、バリアヒーラーにという、バランスになります。
But also with the healers welcoming the new Sage job, we will be splitting it up with 2 jobs being
Sage
a
looks
pure
really cool,
healer
though.
and then 2
I
jobs
like the
being
armor sets
barrier
for it.
healers.
基本攻撃魔法の詠唱時
So
間は
Scholar
軒
and
並み
Sage are supposed to be
1.5秒
graveyard
に
healers,
なってます。
while White Mage and
And,
Astral are supposed to be the healers.
For the offensive
2
spells, like the
shields
primary
and 2
offensive spells,
healers.
they're in
So what are they
general
gonna do with,
going to
Nocturnal
be,
Stance for,
1.5-second cast time,
Astrologian, because
which
that
is pretty
whole
quick.
I don't
ま
know.
あ、アビリティがね、
We'll
かなり
probably
増
find
え
out
て
here
き
in a
て、
little
アビ
bit.
リティを使う
the
機
whole
会が
area
多
of
い
the
の
job,
で、まあ、グローバ
or
ルクー
that
ルダウン
stance
に
that
どう
job
して
is
食い込んじゃ
it would still
食
heal
い
you,
込んじ
but
ゃ
it
う
would also
スト
put
レ
like a
ス
minor
ってい
shield
う
on
と
you.
ころがあったと思うので、
Yeah.
そ
Well,
こ
I
を
don't think
軽減
Astral's
する
gonna
た
be
めに、
a
詠唱時間を短くしてあります。
That means you're gonna have to get rid of
Needing
Nocturnal
to
Stance. That's
Scholars
what
and
else.
shields
execute
now,
abilities.
Sage.
It tended to, or like casting tended to sort of eat into the global cooldown time, and I'm sure people were very frustrated, or would have been very frustrated with it. So we're hoping that by sort of reducing the cast time for basic attack spells to 1.5 seconds, that would reduce the frustration and stress.
それでは白魔導士からいきましょう。
White
Jumping right
Mage.
into White Mage.
I do want to try White Mage.
白魔導
Astral's
士は
probably my favorite. So.
もう正当進化オブ正当進化以外の何者でもございません。効果も見た目も特徴的な、リリーを設置するという設置型の開発アクション、これ非常に便利で強力ですが追加されております。
So with the White Mage, this is just a simple update, as simple can be. Let's see, it reads a functionally and visually distinct restorative field action will be added.
ピュアヒーラーに該当します。
Pure
And of
healer.
course, White Mage will fall under that pure healer category.
ホーリーのジョイ、
So it means they
ホー
won't
リーじゃな
have
か
any.
ったが入るんで、そいつでもリリーが咲くっていう。
なるほど。
And then a
Like how
higher
people are still
tier
screeching
for
about
the
Blue Mage,
holy
it's not gonna get an
spell,
update.
will
It's a
be
limit job
added,
for a reason.
and so that will also contribute to the accumulation of lilies.
で、非常に残念なお知らせなんですけど、アクアオーラさんがついに解雇されてしまいました。
あらあら。
And then one unfortunate news
So
with
White
Mage
Mage are gonna
is
be even
that
more
Fluid
healy than before.
Aura has been relieved of its duties.
あとはですね、ディバインベリゾンがチャージアクションになってますね。はい。
And then another update would be Divine Benison will become a charge action.
白魔導士に関してはもう本当に今までの操作感のまますんなり扱えるアップデートになってると思います。
Gotta charge it up.
But yeah, with the White Mage, it's pretty straightforward. I think the controls will feel as it was, and it'll be a fairly smooth transition with these updates.
Goodbye, Flute Aura.
はい。
You
で
won't
は
be missed.
先へ進みます。続いては先生術師です。
Moving on to Astrologian.
Astrologian.
先生術師はピュアヒーラーに寄せることになりました。
Best healer class out there.
So with the
another
Astrologian,
pure
we
hero.
are going to skew it more towards a pure healer.
ダイアナルセクトとノクターナルセクトを削除して基本的な回復アクションの性能をダイアナルセクトの時の効果に、変更してます。
So the diurnal sect.
Oh, so they're
and
having it just where
nocturnal
you'd
sect
have
will
it as
be removed, and basic healing
hot
actions will be
effect where
adjusted
you'd get
to
a
have
heal
the
over
same
time.
effects as
Okay,
they
that
would-
makes sense.
they
So that
would
answers my
have
question.
under- while
You're just
under
saying fuck to
diurnal
both
sect.
stances, and you're getting
ただ
pretty
こ
much
れ、
just a heal stance now.
ニュートラルセクトってアクションあるんですけど、そのニュートラルセクトの効果中のみバリアアクションが使えたりっていうことが先生術師の特徴として、あったりします。
So in the way
With
they
that
kind
being
of killed
said,
Aster
there
Loki.
is going to be an action called neutral sect, which while you're under its effects, there will be some barrier actions that you can use.
で、あとはディビネーションの効果を変更してます。
And then we've adjusted the effects of divination.
まあディビネーションによる範囲よだめ上昇バフが、カードの引き運にすげえ左右されるっていうのが、ストレスだったので、このあたり条件を見直しています。
The effects of it was really affected by the luck of the draw, so to speak. So it has been
Hell yeah, brother.
it has been adjusted.
They adjusted the draw
まあ
effect.
通常で使えるようになるって感じです。はい。
Basically speaking, you can use it in like
Yu-Gi-Oh!
normal circumstances.
で、その代わり、カードシンボルに依存する効果を持つセルフバフが付与されるようになる。
Heaven's Ward soundtrack.
はい。
So while you can use it at any time, what will change is that depending on the seals used, it allows for enhancements to be applied to yourself.
Interesting.
で、リドローはですね、チャージアクションじゃなくて、ドローするたびに1回使えるっていうアビリティになり、あとはマイナーアルカナにも変更が入っています。
And then redraw will become will no longer be a charge action, but it will be changed into an action where every time you draw, you can use it once. And then there will also be a change to minor arcana.
あとは動画にもありましたけど、回復と攻撃を結構兼ね備えた、範囲魔法が、追加されてます。
And then the other update would be, you may have seen it in the video, but there will be an AoE spell that kind of has a healing capabilities as well as an offensive element to it.
まあやっぱりちょっと ID 行くときに、白魔のホーリーが強すぎだろうっていうところが結構言われていたので、今回他のヒーラーにも
What's they're doing with Scholar? Are they gonna like really fuck it
ID
up?
攻略しやすい、ちょっとそれぞれが特徴違うんですけど、範囲を持たせてます。
And this is kind of based on
I feel like chat only like sees like nerf and they're like, oh, it's dead.
Whenever people go into
Look at how they act
dungeon,
every time a new expansion comes out.
That the white mage
Nerfed?
is quite
Look,
strong.
we're adding new
And so we
abilities,
wanted
and it's
to
dead.
Allow for
VAC.
other healer
It's not
jobs
playing like it
to
used
have
to.
something similar. Of course, not their
Where are my
characteristics
dots
differ
on
from
Summoner?
each of
Yeah,
the different
Summoner's dead
jobs,
now.
but we did want to have some kind of AoE spell.
まあこう議論したんですよ、ここは。本当に全員にもういっそスタンをつけるかとか。
なるほど。
いや、
そう
もちろんホーリーからスタンをなくすかとか。いやだけど、でもなんか特徴どんどん削れてくるのも違うと思うんですよね。なんか全員スタンつけるもなんかもう大雑把すぎるし。なので、それぞれになんとか特徴を持たせて。
What do you think they're doing with Scholar?
なるほどね。こういうニュアンス。
Destroying again.
Bubble in it?
結構苦労したので、いろいろそれぞれ特徴が違います。はい。
It's like it's pretty much a ship
This was really
being
quite
floated by
a
duct
debate,
tape and like
actually,
flex tape.
like, do we want to add stun to this, or do we want to remove the stun effect from Holy, or but we don't want to like kill
No,
individual
keep the stun effect for Holy. That's the fucking
either,
reason
but
why
if we add
white mages
stun
spam
to
it.
all of them, then it just seems to be very sloppy. So we wanted to make sure that each job had its own sort of characteristic or like
Sloppy.
a
Everyone's
signature
sloppy.
difference between them. So we're hoping that when players get to try it out, they would understand, oh yeah, this is the kind of nuance that you're going for.
はい、じゃあ続いていきましょう。
はい。
続いては学者になります。
はい。
Next
Scholar.
up is the scholar.
What are they gonna do to this
学者
other healing
はで
job
す
I
ね
do
こ
play?
こからバリアヒーラーになりますが、
Look at the
学
pets,
者
though,
は
'cause I feel
改め
like
てバリア
Scholar's
ヒーラー
pretty
として、調整されてます。
Just making bubble pets.
Of course, we're moving into the barrier healers now, but with the scholar, we
No,
have
they're all about
made
negating damage
adjustments so
to
that they
barriers and
are
shit.
leaning
Yeah.
more towards that.
That's how they've been since they
barrier
came
type
out.
healer.
まあ学者も
What are they
ですね、
gonna do with the
なんか
fairy bitch,
大幅に
though?
変えるところがあるか
That's what I'm wondering. What are
と
they
言
gonna do
わ
with the
れると、まあ多少ねペットの挙動を
Fairies is
また
most
調
bears.
整したりはしましたけど、ま
The fairy
あ学者で
pets.
今回一番でかいのは
Don't know.
どうぞ。戦闘時にも効果あ
Watch,
る
you're gonna make it
パ
where
ーティー移動
fucking
速
fairy
度
does no
上
longer
昇
heal.
っていう
So it's just
Oh,
buff.
you're gonna enhance party
持た
moves.
され
Big
ます
buff.
学者に。これがね
So with-
実は一番でかい。
What is it? They get a shaman
With the
ability?
scholar, there wasn't
That's not really that
much
big of an
we
improvement.
could have changed like
That's really fucking-
significantly. I mean, we did make adjustments.
That's bad.
And part of it was changing or updating the behaviors of the pet. But I think one of the most
So you can go
major
fast, that's-
changes to scholar would
that's not
be
that
a unique
really big of a
job
deal.
action
When
which
you have,
can
you know, like,
enhance the party's
bards
movement speed even during combat.
Dancers and that, they
い
can
や
do
い
the
や
same
当
fucking thing.
然永続じゃないんだよ。ちょっと待って永続だともう学者必須になるやんそれ。
the buff is not continuous perpetually. if it's perpetual, then people are going to be like, no, must have scholar all the time.
そんなわけないじゃない。さっき動画でも最後ね召喚じゃないや学者チャチャチャって走ってると思うんですけど、あれそこからアップしてるってこと言いたかったんです。
Scholar given haste.
But you may have noticed in the video, like the scholar was running just a little faster towards the end of that job action, and that's to signify that enhancement has been applied.
まあいわゆるスプリントと同じ速度が一定時間使える。でスプリントとは重複しませんっていう感じですね。
I still think I might switch
So
from
it's
DPS to
basically
healing.
like sprint, where your movement speed is faster for a certain amount of time,
Fucking
but it will not overlap with
Chrome tab, quit
sprint.
minimizing when I click back on you.
で他だとですねパーティーメンバー一人を対象とした結構ね強力なバフが追加されてます。
And then another update would be there will be a fairly powerful enhancement that can be targeted to a single party member.
でちなみに今お話ししたその移動速度上昇が付与されるのはどっちかというとサブ効果で範囲軽減のアビリティなんですね、それは学者に。でさらに移動速度が一定時間上がります。
なるほど。
And that new action that we mentioned earlier about quickening the movement speed of your party is actually like a fringe benefit of the action itself. It's actually meant to be like a damage reduction buff that applies to like a range, an area of range.
まあスプリントとは重複しないんでね、そこは。
But of course, it doesn't overlap with sprint. So.
はい、召喚もすいません、これぐらいしかお伝えすることがございま
I'll
せん。
send you some
Sorry, that's about all we can
blacks in community
share.
chat.
That's
Real
significant for the scholar.
さあそれでは、残る1ジョブ、こちらに参りましょう。
That's pretty much true.
So last but not least,
はい、
Hey, I gotta post this in another group.
at
Come
our
on,
sage.
highlight the
はい。
fucking.
でこちら、
Sage
バリアヒーラーとして、必要な能力は一通り所持しております。
For a barrier healer.
So the sage possesses all the actions essential for a barrier healer.
ちょっと変わってるのがですね、
Someone posts that give him a baby.
敵を
It says if I
攻
can
撃する
read
と同時に
fast enough, I can.
指定しているパーティーメ
read
ン
more
バーを
books.
回復するっていう
Or no, if I read, I can
Hmm.
read
特徴があります。
read fast.
We'll attack
And what's
enemies.
What's
really
this LD
heal.
unique
action?
about the
Essentials
Sage
for a
is
barrier
that,
healer.
while
attack
you're
enemies and
attacking
heal.
an enemy, you can specify
Wow,
or
you can
target
attack
a party
and heal
member
at the same
to
time?
heal at the same time.
Interesting.
あとは回復とか回復用のリソースと攻撃用の
Everyone's
リ
just
ソ
like
ースっていうもの
50
が
PS
まあ
question
今
mark?
回存在してます。まあちょっと
Laser!
Then it draws upon unique resources for healing and enhancements, as well as attack magic. As you can see in the job HUD example here.
これがですね、じゃあ、
はい
ちょっと
unique resources for
ま
healing
あ
sessions.
味方一人をまず指定して、メインでヒールする対象を選ぶ。で
I really
かつ
knew, like,
敵を攻
weapon
撃
style
す
types
る
are gonna
と、まあ
what they look
対象にヒールも
What do you mean we
走る
get floating lasers? What else would you want right now?
No, like different like.
So again, to reiterate, you
the
would
look of 'em.
designate a party member
I wonder how like
to
creatives are gonna get.
heal, and then
That's a job
as you
hub thing.
attack
I hope
your
it explains because I don't know
enemy,
what the
then
fuck's going on in
whomever
that
you
picture.
designated
He's probably gonna show it.
will receive healing.
In game.
まあカルディアっていう
Because he showed
アクション
Reaper
なん
and
で
he
すけど、
showed
それ
Scholar.
でパーティー
or
メンバーを一人
Summoner.
MT さんとか
Well,
を
because Summoner they had to show because they pretty much
Well,
like ripped the job apart and had
yeah,
to remake it
But they
again.
showed Reaper too, so.
So this is
Yeah.
called
Everyone's still saying Rip Scholar.
Cardia. Oh, I'm sorry,
Cardia.
Cardia, and then
Fine.
you would typically.
becoming a
I think it would
meme.
work well if
Yeah.
you specify like your main tank, off tank, as your sort of designated
Plus, this
person
is
to
not all
heal.
the stuff
で
they're
特
showing.
定のアクションを使うと
Small.
一つのアクションが単に攻撃魔法だった
Not
の
the
が
full patch
ド
notes.
ット付与に切り替わったりっていうちょっと
Yeah,
変
there
わった
might be some to
と
change
こ
and
ろ
all
があり
that,
ます。
but
And then there's another unique characteristic where
I hope my son.
sometimes an action that you execute
think this would be this long.
might be like when you're hitting somebody, an enemy, it turns into a dodge also, like a damage over time.
で時間経過で付与されるアダーガルっていうリソースを消費してインスタントバリアヒールも豊富にございます。
Sage is gonna be pretty cool though.
And then there is a
Sage is like-
resource
it's got, like,
that
paladin
Sage
armor in a
uses,
way,
which is the
but the
Adder's
cloth.
Gall,
Like,
that
I
kind of
like
accumulates over time.
the way it looks.
I do too.
So that you can execute your instant barrier heals.
It's got like a very
あ
paladin
とはイ
look.
カロスっていう動画でも飛んでた移動アクションがあるんで、まあ、テクニカルバリアヒーラーって感じですね。イメージ。
And then in terms of like a gap closer or like a movement type action, we have Icarus. You may have noticed in the video that the sage is kind of flying. So it's kind of positioned as a technical barrier healer.
これね、ちょっと実機でも説明難しいんだけど、一応出してみる？一応出してみるか。
So explaining this like even on the gameplay screen might be a bit complex, but I guess we should
Yeah,
try it. Try
complex
to see it on the
class
game
to play.
screen.
Yes, please.
Well, yeah, if you're able to
Yeah.
like cast a heal or a damage spell and to heal at the same time,
It's gonna be a hard job to play.
that's not Sage. That's Sage.
おい。
こんな感じですね。
Potato.
おお。
Oh, loading. Battle
Floating
stance.
daggers.
Floating gun, sir.
セイジ。
ここだけ見るとちょっとゲームがわからなくなるんですね。
Just looking at this image, you can't
I think
Really?
that's cool.
distinguish like, wait, what kind of game is this again?
この剣具の収まり方結構こだわりましたんで。
確かに。
Pretty
We were
cool.
very particular about how these nulas are sheathed.
Don't worry, they're just powered by blended up
結構多いっ
carbuncles.
すよ
Magic.
アクション。
うん。
So his meter's
Quite
filling
a
up
lot
for
of
no reason.
actions available.
でまずこのカルディアっていうアクション特徴的なんですけど、これを使ってまず誰を主に回復するかっていうパートナーっていう言い方だとちょっと語弊があるのかもしれないですけど、指定をしていく必要がある
うん
感じです。
And so going back to Cardia, this is quite unique. And so you'll be designating whom you want to heal. It might not be fully accurate to call it partner, but I mean, you're pointing out, you're designating somebody you will be healing.
はい。今自分に貼りました。
はい。
So it's now set to me.
ちょっと攻撃をしますね。
We'll try attacking.
ほら、こういう人と同時にヒールが走ってます。
Laser beams.
Laser.
So as you are
I think I might just play this job straight out when it comes up and just.
I designated myself as I land an attack.
Yeah, they
the
start at level
heal kicks
70.
in, to
Yeah,
heal
so it's
me.
like
You do
have to go back up
20
10 levels, so whatever.
スタッフ的にどうですか ?SE、SE、
Oh, get world first
SE っ
sage.
ていう。あらやだ、SE っていうコメントが非常に出てます。
A lot of people commenting on the sound effect, the sound effect, the sound effect. How does it sound, team? Does it sound sci-fi enough for you?
Yes.
初めてこれもチェックで聞いた時結構衝撃だったんだ。
It's a Gundam!
It was quite surprising when
Yeah, that just
I
reminds me
heard
of
it when I
Gundam,
was doing my checks.
The
そしてで
second
すね、こ
Gundam
のエウクラ
armor
シ
where
ア
it
と
had,
いう
where it had
ア
little
クション
like
を使う
things that
と
flew like that to
技がね
shoot.
一気に変わったりします。今単純な、攻撃魔法でしたよね。これがアクションを使うとモードが変わって、ドット付与のがさらに変わったりします。
Changed the little like stance thing on his bar.
So the one which we were talking about where an attack turns into something that can place a dot, that would be the Eucrasia. So once you cast that, an attack changes into something that would allow for damage over time.
Damage over time. This is where all the dots went? Sage?
It's just one dot. Sir.
普通に使え
Shut up.
This is the new dot class.
技を変更して、
なるほど。
Okay, he put a barrier on himself.
Kind of augments the different actions that the sage can cast.
People were suggesting the class known as Chemist, but I'm really happy with this job. Alright, summon the Gundam. Summon the Gundam!
お分かり
Does that mean Cleric Stance is back? Yeah, he had to use Lucid Dreaming because he's running out of mana. Well, what was that?
いいか
Is that something to restore mana?
I don't know, it was a barrier thing. They get a little dash too.
変わってます、いろいろ。
Augmented and changed.
いや、使いこなしてもらえれば面白さは保証するんですけど。
I think it might take a bit to master, but once you do get the hang of it, it is quite fun.
ヒーラーをそうで説明するのは難しいです、ね。
非常に難しいです。
Yeah, it looks tough to explain healers.
私。
I mean, so
はい。
when you are solo.
Very true.
As I say, it's kind of hard to tell with the healer what you
コ
can
メントはで
do.
すね、もうね、全然あれなんですよね。SE とガンダムの話しかしてないですよ、みんな。
Gundam.
For some reason.
Yeah,
It's like a-
everyone's been
Like
saying
comments
Gundam
are
because
filled with, oh, the sound effect, or it's like Gundam.
まあ、というわけで、
I
本
think,
当テ
yeah,
ク
I
ニカル
might
バリア
switch
ヒ
to
ーラー、
Sage
ちょっ
and
と
just
今までとやっぱり
level
本
up.
当にまた違った
I like the weapon
タイ
effect
プ
for
の
that a lot.
ヒーラーとして、
I like how the
Well,
weapon
it just
effect.
reminds me because the character in Dynasty Warriors, that's what he was, but instead of like little like laser things, they're flying
ぜ
swords.
ひですね、我こそだと思う方はですね、今回、まあ、賢者と、それからメレディ TS にリーパーが追加されるので、どっちも結構また新しいメカニクスを持った特徴的なジョブになっているので、ぜひ、遊んでみてください。
はい。
That was all the
Hi.
time.
But
あり
yeah,
がとうござい
in,
ます。あ、ごめんなさい。ど
in
うぞ
any case, the Sage is definitely a technical barrier healer, and I think there is a
The
it's
stupid
worth
picture
sort
of
of
Elmo with the
mastering
primals.
the skill set that the
Sorry,
Sage
but that's
brings
just
to you.
That's funny.
And then, of course, we
It's
have the
too
Reaper
good.
joining
I
the
posted
melee
it every other like
DPS, both having
FF14
very
Discord I'm
unique
on.
mechanics,
It's so
very
funny.
characteristic, and it very unique. So we hope that people will enjoy this and try it out when it comes out.
はい。
I
ありがとう
really
ござ
want
い
to
ま
play
す。
Sage.
Thank you very
Like,
much.
sorry, Dancer, you might be my
そうし
main
ます。
job, but I think I might go healer.
第1部、ジョブ
Which means
関
I'm gonna have to
連
do the
調
exact
整
same thing
パ
I
ー
did
ト
for
は
Red
こ
Mage
の
and
辺
read
で
every
と
the
いう
abilities because I didn't
は
know
い
what the hell they
So
meant.
this
All right,
concludes
what's this?
the first part of today's letter live.
This is the first phase?
Yes.
いやいやいやいや、ここまでで第1部ですよ。
第1部です。
We're just barely done with the first part.
あと
This is
2
the
部あるんで
first
す。
あと2部
part?
So we
Yeah.
have two
That was
more
4
parts
hours
after
long.
this.
Or 3.5 hours.
大丈夫、
はい
大丈夫ですよ。
はい。
では第2部に行く前に、
うん
ここで一旦休憩にしましょ
おやった
う。改めて休憩を挟みたいと思います。で、
Yay.
What are they gonna
ここまで
talk about,
いろいろ
though? I
ご
just wanna
説
know.
明しましたので、
What are
こ
they
こで
talking
改め
about?
て、休
There's
憩
no
の
way I
お供
can
を
stay
で
up for
す
this
ね
whole thing.
ジョブアクション
There's
動
two
画
more
を
parts
改
to
め
it.
て
There's
流し
no
ま
What
し
do
ょ
you
う。
mean?
なの
You
で
got nothing
自動
else
的
to
に
do?
No, my
休
wife
憩は
sleeps
20
in
分
tomorrow,
休
not
憩
me.
で
I
す。
sleep in
は
on
い、な
Sunday.
ので今まで今の情報を改めて
I'm gonna have to watch it
頭の
tomorrow
中
on
で
stream.
整理しながら
はい。
改めてジョブアクションとか見ていただければと思い
You're
ます。
gonna watch all of it
So
now, and you're
before
like,
going
just
to
don't go to
the
sleep.
second part, material adjustments,
I don't-
we want to
I
take
don't know what
some
they're talking
break. And then for this break, we will replay the job action video again. So with the explanation for each job in mind, please check the job action video. So the length of the break this time will be the 20 minutes. はい。
It's a 20-minute break, dude.
それでは
I got
改め
the
て
bed.
ビデオを見ましょう。So let's check the video.
どうぞ。
Well, I pretty much came to see what I want to see is like
Well,
what.
I want to see more, but like it's 1:30. There's just no way.
Well, I'm kind of losing interest in what's going on.
No, I want to know if they're gonna talk about the island stuff at all.
Oh, I need to know if they talk about the farm thing.
That's what I'm wondering. But there's 2 more big parts coming. They only talk about the jobs so far.
And now they're taking a 20-minute break.
Yeah, there's no way, dude. I gotta go to bed. I would love to, but there's just no way.
I'm gonna keep watching for a little bit longer, and then I might.
It honestly might go on for another 4 hours.
Yeah, that's why I'm probably gonna give it like another hour.
I didn't think it would be that long. So I'll do my part 2 because it's gonna be my part 1 for my video, and then tomorrow I'll watch it. But yeah, no way. All right. Well, dude, I'm gonna call her.
All right. I'm probably gonna be switching to a healer job, healer
Yeah,
main
dude.
now.
That was cool though. It was really fun. I'm gonna watch the rest tomorrow, so that'll be my
I'm
plan
gonna
for tomorrow.
probably try watching a little more, but I haven't really slept well, and my feet are killing me from just sitting because I need to go lay down.
Yeah. No, I'll make these into YouTube videos, so yeah, this will be part 1, I guess. So
We're still doing. We're still continuing our little like years for the anime thing, right?
Yep, that's still going.
Okay.
So
Which
yeah,
reminds me, I need to watch more of
every
that
Sunday.
drugstore anime because it's really kept my enjoyment since everything else I was watching only had like
yeah.
12 episodes.
All right,
At least
I
had interest.
gotta get to bed, man.
Go
Before
sleep.
I'm gonna get in
Deal with-
trouble. So I gotta
Deal with the
sneak up there.
younglings.
Yeah, I gotta get up with the baby. So, and he had 2 shots today. He has not been happy. So
Oh, that's not the fun part because
yeah. So, anyways, I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow, though, man. If I don't know if you wanna not watch it and we watch it together tomorrow. That's up to you. But I'm down if you want to continue the watch party. But that's totally up to you.
I mean, I wouldn't mind watching it. I'm probably gonna like watch like probably the second part
because we can skip through all the breaks and stuff, and it will go faster. But
Sure.
that's totally up to you if you want to do that. Because this is going to be a YouTube video, so just so you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably. I mean, I'll probably rejoin you
Okay.
tomorrow.
So because I won't watch it either. So all right. I'll talk to you later, man.
Yep.
Bye, chat. Bye. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. I do appreciate it. I need to get to bed. It's late. Holy frick. Holy frick. But yeah, that was awesome. I got a lot of classes level. I really want to play monk now. I want to play paladin. Obviously like Dark Knight still, machinist, astrologian. Summer now looks pretty freaking fun to play too. Yeah, there's a lot. There's quite a bit. So, but anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and I will be on tomorrow night for a much longer night. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So this will be on YouTube. If you guys want to comment down below, what are you thinking about this first part on the class changes? What are you gonna play? I would love to know. Oh wait, I should probably do this. So I would love to know what you guys are gonna pick and play. But yeah, thank you again for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I want to see what are you gonna play in Endwalker, or what are you thinking at least? Comment down below. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this is part 1. And yeah, I'm going to do part 2 tomorrow. So adios, everybody. Night night.